All right. Hello and welcome to your channel Clear Waters. Tonight, having another live open conversation. The topic: Christianity, Islam, and Satanism. I wanted to put other religions, but then the title was going to be way too long. I think we can get the point by just mentioning three of them. So, welcome to the live stream. Mohammed, Andrew, thank you for stopping by. I want to check my live streams, make sure that they are working fine and that we have audio. Yep, also the Discord. Make sure it's up and running. Yes, everything looks great. In a couple of minutes, I'm gonna do just a very brief, small presentation about not really Christianity, Islam, and Satanism, but talking about these religions in the sense of finding sources of feel good. Yep, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you're more than welcome to stop by. Aussie man, what are you talking about? Just stay on the live stream and you will hear the little presentation. I'm just gonna wait like 4 more minutes. Just give a little time for more people to join the live stream. And then I'll do a little presentation, just like 5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes. And then I'll join the chat to start reading messages. And also, if you have any questions, you want to tell me what you think about the presentation. And if anybody wants to call in using the Discord link at the bottom of the screen or in the chat, you can call in and have a respectful conversation about the topic. So we're just gonna give it a few more minutes. If this is your first time here, you can stop by. You're more than welcome to stay. And I'm gonna talk about a topic that probably you have never heard before, and how it relates to people believing in gods as finding sources of feel good. I know today's Friday. Normally Fridays, I notice that there's not much quorum, but I still like to make this live streams. They're saved, and then I put out short videos out of these presentations. But I think it's more fun, more valuable when there's people asking questions, letting me know their thoughts, way of thinking. So we'll just give it 3 more minutes and then we start with this little presentation. Sometimes people join late and they have no idea what I'm talking about, so I try to tell people to join early. That way you don't miss the presentation. Hey Dominic, Chulung Waters. I'm live streaming on 2 streams right now, horizontal and vertical. So if you see that there's not many people in the chat, maybe you can join the other live stream. You're gonna find more people. Normally there's more people on the vertical live stream. I don't know why. Maybe because of the phones. One and Truth, what is the purpose of this stream? One and Truth, I don't remember seeing you here before. I'm gonna make a little presentation about the problematic of believing in gods, but not directly attacking any god or any religion. But there's a process that we go through as human beings in order to believe in one of these gods or entities. And I'm going to explain that process again because I have done it before, but I'm bringing a little bit of an example on how this works. You're welcome to stay and ask questions. Let me know what you think. If you think I'm mistaken about something, you can try to respectfully let me know. But let's just wait 2 more minutes and then we do this little presentation. In case you miss it, this is what I had at the beginning. Someone might think that I'm trying to create controversy or something. Not really. If you have no idea what I mean by finding sources of feel good, you will hear the presentation and you will understand what I'm talking about. Finding sources of feel good in order to continue life. I left that message at the bottom, but I'm here. The stream already started. I'm just waiting 1 more minute, 1.5 more minutes, and then I present with this presentation. One and truth, by the way, everyone has a God. Not really one and truth. Respectfully, you're mistaken. I don't have a God. I'm here. I'm here. Finding sources of feel good. That's what we do every day. This is what keeps us alive. It's not a God. It's once we go through this process, one and truth, if you're still there, once we go through this process, it directs us to a God. Anybody that also wants to call today to have a conversation, you can ask me questions. I try to be very respectful with people. I don't like making fun of people because they're asking me something that I think is funny. You know, yesterday, one of the callers, well, was a little bit interesting, but I didn't block him. I just asked him to please just stop it for yesterday because I think he was going through some situation and the conversation was not good. So I didn't block him. Hopefully we get to speak today or maybe another day. He's more than welcome to come back and maybe the call will go way better. Because yesterday's phone call or call through Discord was I don't think it was very valuable for anybody. Yes, sir. I'm live streaming on both horizontal and vertical. So we're just gonna wait 1 more minute and then I do this little presentation and I'm going to explain to you my point of view about how we get to believe in a God. One and truth, people follow their desires as their gods. I don't know exactly what you mean by that. At the beginning you sounded like a believer. You don't sound like a believer on your last message, one and truth. And Lavish, welcome to the live stream. It takes more faith to believe life came from non-life than a creator. Lavish, maybe if you can stay on the live stream, you will hear what I'm going to present to you. And probably you can tell me what you think after you hear what I'm going to present. Hey, Norbert, Weiner Milk. Hello, welcome to the live stream. I'm gonna make a little presentation here starting in less than 1 minute about this problematic of believing in gods. But the main message of this live stream is not gonna be that. Edwin Tamaño, welcome to the live stream. I'm gonna be talking about finding sources of feel good and how this process that we go through in order to us believe in one of the currently available gods. One more minute, and then we jump into this presentation. Amari Ray, welcome to the live stream. You were here yesterday too, and the day before. Thank you for stopping by. Mari writes, I can't understand how Noah stayed 40 days in the ark without showering and without hand sanitizer. Yep, that sounded like a problem. Yep, and many other things that doesn't make sense. All right, so let's start with this presentation. Welcome everybody to this channel. While I'm doing the presentation, normally I don't look at the chats and I don't receive calls. Excuse me. After I'm done with the presentation, then I look at the chats and I start receiving calls in case anybody wants to call in. Before I start the presentation, let me read one more message from One and Truth. Just think, if you don't believe in God, you follow someone that makes you feel good. Who is that? Your heart, your desires? You know, Want a Truth. Maybe I do that presentation that I'm going to do right now, and then you let me know what you think, okay? Norbert Weiner Milk. What about all those animals for 40 days on a ship? Yeah, I don't know who will believe this story, but there's people that believe for emotional reasons. So everybody, welcome. Okay, here we go with this small presentation, very short. Let's lower the music a little bit, and after the presentation I can get calls and I'll respond to messages. All right, so let's lower the volume of the music because I'm gonna present I'm gonna show you first this that I'm gonna read to you. Please, just as a reminder, I'm live streaming on both horizontal and vertical. So I'm gonna share with you something that I wrote. First of all, I'll give you a warning. Whatever I'm presenting here could crack your faith. Once you start critically thinking and start putting together one and two, probably you'll find out something that you didn't understand before. So if you choose to continue, I'll read the following text. It does not matter which entity you believe is real, as long as the data about the entity produces or generates field energy in the good, meaning pull, or bad, meaning push, side, the person will move into action believing that God is real. It does not matter which God it is. So I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about with an example from a video. Hey Diva, welcome to the live stream. So I'm gonna receive calls after I'm done with the presentation and the chat also. So if the caller, hang in there please, or call a little bit later. So I'm gonna show you a video of exactly what I'm talking about because this is a great example. Let me stop the music. Let me bring the audio up. And let me show you this short video. It's a short video. So you can hear what these two guys are going to talk about. Remember what the text that I just wrote, I just read, I'm sorry. In case you miss it, if you excuse me, I'm gonna read it one more time. Because probably the vertical is a little bit hard to read it. It says, it does not matter which entity you believe is real, as long as the data or information about the entity produces or generates field energy in the good, pull, or bad, push side, the person will move into action believing that God is real. In other words, the God will feel real to the person. And just to clarify, when I put in parentheses pull or push, it's because I'm referring to a movement. Through life, we move in directions. And what generates this movement in a certain direction is feel. Okay, so let me show you the short video. Hold on a second. I have the no, where is it? Oh, okay. I have the wrong. Hold on a second. Something broke here on the vertical. Give me just one moment. I'll fix it right now. Nope. Technical difficulties. We'll fix it in a moment here. Just hang in there. Okay, here we go. All right, I had it in the wrong. There you go. Okay, let me just fix the window. I'm still learning about this live streaming business. Okay, that's way better. All right, let's hear this guy's conversation. Very nice conversation. Here we go.
What goes into being like a Satanist?
Being a Satanist is you are God. People misconstrued it and think that it's, oh, there's this little red devil under this underground,
Right.
But it's not. It's just like you are your own creator, basically.
And you get to choose what you want to do, whenever time, whatever day.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel like your life has been since you started doing it?
It's easier. Like it's freeing, and you don't have to be constrained to like a religion. And
What got you into specifically this, like, would you call it a religion?
what, Satanism?
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
technically a religion.
It's technically a religion, but it's not. Funny because I had a failed exorcism. Like this.
Wait, whoa. Someone was performing exorcism on you?
Yeah, and then it failed, obviously.
Who was it?
My priest friend at the time. So like I can get along with people that of faith, but like
He was performing exorcism on you?
yeah, like
And then what happened?
water the whole bit.
Oh, he was Catholic.
He was Catholic. There's no such thing as sin.
Essentially, if there's no sin, there's no punishment.
There's no punishment.
How about in this world, punishment for sin?
No, I do still believe in karma though.
So I get no punishment.
Consequences of your actions.
So there would be a punishment.
It's because it's man-made.
What do you think? Who do you think the highest power is?
I don't think it's a god.
There's got to be like one, like, like final boss.
Well, tell me more about your experience.
Okay. Someone came into my room, and it was a whole presence.
He's describing that he felt something, a presence.
It was so overwhelming, I just started weeping.
Wow.
And it was
Okay, he's describing something that he was feeling.
heavy, and I felt the love that I've always wanted. I
Hey,
felt
caller, if you're there, please can you mute your microphone so I don't have to mute you? Thank you.
that love fill my life, my soul, and I just like felt the fire. Like it was almost like fire coming through my
Okay, he felt the fire. Feelings, he felt.
whole body.
I love that for you, man, but I don't think I'm ever gonna feel that experience.
I believe you can. And this is who came. It was Jesus Christ, Yeshua.
Okay, he felt something. Caller, I'm gonna have to mute you, my friend, because I can hear you. There you go.
Okay.
Christ of Nazareth showed up. The same one that died 2,000 years ago. Now I walk in love and peace. And I say this.
So he felt something, and he knows exactly what it is.
As not, look at me, I'm good, I got out. No. I wish someone told me, because there is a way out for you, Alex. I know you went through some trauma. I know you went through some pain. I would love to pray if Jesus is real, that he encounters you.
I don't want that, but thank you anyways.
Why don't you want it, man?
I don't need that.
It'd be a lot of bondage, and I'm actually doing this out of love. No pressure or like I'm forcing you to do
He's not doing it out of love.
But thank you anyways.
Creators, take these.
I think you know, when I saw this showing up on my YouTube feed, let me see if I can get back.
what goes into being like
Yeah. Let me bring it back. When I saw this video this morning, I mean, this thing for me is exactly what I'm telling you about in this live stream. The Christian person, the person that believes that the God in the Bible is real, you notice that he's referring to a feeling, and that feeling was overwhelming. Exactly. So apparently he had data or information about the God of the Bible, because exactly he knew immediately what was that feeling. Okay. So this is basically what I read to you a few minutes ago. And what makes it more interesting is that he said to the Satanist guy that he wants to share that with him out of love, which is, in my point of view, probably not 70%, not 80%. It's a 100% lie, but not really or technically a lie, because I think that probably the Christian guy believes this. I think that when you lie to yourself so many times, you cannot tell the truth between when you're lying to yourself and telling the truth to yourself. But also what I notice is that the Satanist guy is such a nice guy, not trying to push anything on the Christian, not getting upset. But the Christian is pushy. He wants the Satanist guy to feel what he felt. In my point of view, he wants to do that because he can recognize the situation right there as a source of feel good for him. I'm talking about the Christian. If he's able to get this Satanist to believe in the God that he believes is real, that's going to make him feel good. And that's what he's looking for. He's not looking to get the Satanist guy to believe in the God that he believes in. No, he wants something that makes him feel good. And if he can do it through this God belief, he'll take it right there. Holding that microphone in public, looking for sources of feel good. When you are emotionally attached to one of these invisible gods, you are going to find yourself constantly doing this, which I call marketing the God, validating your belief in the God, because you do not want these good feelings to go away. If the God fades away, your feelings will fade away too. But it's actually the opposite. Your feelings fade away, the God disappears. This is a process that us humans apparently do not completely understand, and I'm trying to bring not only awareness to the problematic of believing in gods, but also to bring awareness to this process that I'm going to show you here. Here, this is how we believe in a God. We get the information about the God in the Bible. We get the information, or we get it through church, or we get it to a friend or a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or whoever. Once we have the information, we start feeling maybe through a carrier. I call it carrier, like music or group pressure, some type of carrier. Once you have the data of the God and you start feeling that the data is real, is correct and accurate, you're going to take action next. And in the form of believing in that God. That explains why the God feels real to you, but that doesn't mean that it's real, and that doesn't mean that the God is going to be good to you or the belief in the God. This process not only applies to believing in God, it applies in finding a wife, a husband. It also applies on how we govern ourselves in our countries. This also applies to problems that we have in the street, at work. It applies also to problems about money. It applies to pretty much everything. You wake up in the morning, you're gonna go through some process like this one. So I think that one of the biggest problems, apart from believing in God, that we humans have is ignorance. We do not understand how we operate, how we process, whatever we do in life. As long as we don't understand ourselves and what we're doing here on earth, we will continue having many problems in the world. And from my point of view, things are not getting better, especially with AI right now. So I think it's extremely important that, at least in my point of thinking, that this information goes out there and more people see it. And in my point of view, the more people start redirecting their energy from invisible God because they want to feel good, how about we redirect that energy and direct it to ourselves and to the people around us to understand more about us and how did it happen that we end up believing in one of these currently available gods? Because believing in God has nothing to do with believing in gods. This is about you and your feelings. This is a relationship not with a God. This is a relationship with yourself that you are exteriorizing and trying to take it out into the outer part of the universe, as far away as possible, away from you. You will never fix it. You put a part, I think it's called, temporary fix. At the long run, it's not gonna help you. It's not gonna help your family, and definitely, it's not going to help your country. In the case of Christianity, and let's say Satanism, because of these two kids talking to themselves, having a conversation. In the case of Jesus, the Christian guy, he read something or heard something about eternal life. You're not going to die with Jesus. There's going to be no pain, no punishment. Wow, that sounds good. That sounds promising. This Jesus guy loves me. Wow, his love is infinite for me. That feels good. I believe. The other kid that calls himself Satanism, he's probably hearing stuff like, you are free, you're not ruled by a God. You are your own God. You create your own reality, something in those areas, and no moral standards. Nobody's going to be telling you how you have to live your life. And probably this information resonates with him. The information feels good. He's like, man, freedom, man. That feels good. I believe in Satan. But the most interesting thing is that probably they both have access to the same information about the God of the Bible. The information resonates apparently with only one of them, not with the other one. So there's a different factor that is making the difference between believing and not believing in the God of the Bible. It's not the data. It's not the God. Most likely it's the feeling. That's what's making the difference for one to believe in Satanism and the other one to believe in Christianity or believe in the God of the Bible. So this live stream is not to make fun of your God or your beliefs, but I'm also going to point out what, in my eyes, is being honest and transparent about this problematic of believing in God. As long as you continue trying to find solutions to your problems, especially to your emotional problems outside yourself, some invisible God helping you to fix your feelings and your life, your problems never gone away. They just transmutated to something else, or they will sooner or later. So that is my small presentation. Now I'm going to, just in case, I'm going to leave this here for a few minutes. Now I'm going to focus on the chats, and I'm open to receive calls. Thank you for listening to this small presentation. Okay, where's my chat? Where's the chats? Let's put out a little music. Alrighty. Let's go to the chats. Here we go. All right, thank you everybody for being here. Okay, so where do I start reading messages? Let me see who's going to start offending and getting upset and getting uncomfortable. Let me see. I found one here. Victor V. Vanquish. Hey, Victor, welcome to the live stream. God is not real, fool. There is no God, foolish Vernon. Okay, Victor. Oh, by the way, on past live streams, I noticed there have been Satanism guys, and I haven't seen them again. Hopefully, maybe they're here tonight. Okay, Divine Nature Online, welcome to the live stream. Should everyone, including an unstable person, follow their feelings? Divine Nature, I don't know. Probably I didn't explain myself very well. There's nothing you can do to avoid following your feelings. Nada. Nothing. You operate as a human being like that. That you can filter that information so you don't follow bad sources of feel good. Yes, that's different. But any action that you take must be preceded by a feeling, because feeling is what's taking your thoughts into reality. Yes, it's the transport mode, it's the magic, it's what's convert the invisible to the visible. Divine Nature Online, how do they know they are unstable? I agree with you, Divine Nature. When you are following blindly what you're feeling and taking action on those feelings and the data, it's very hard to get someone back, because you're gonna have to offer them something that has a stronger feeling lowness in order to change their direction. You have to create another polarity emotionally in that person. Divine Nature Online is true, because feelings, that's illogical. Divine Nature Online, and everybody else, if you want to ask me a question, try to put my username so I know you're asking me the question. I don't want anybody saying that I'm ignoring your question and that I'm a coward. That way I don't miss your question. In the case of Divine Nature Online, you're right, it's true, because feelings, that's illogical. You don't give me anything to work with. How about you expand a little bit more? One and truth. How do you know that the Bible or certain scripture is true? That's the criteria. That the Bible is true or not, it doesn't matter. Remember, it's the feeling what is going to make the difference. Both you and me can have the Bible and we can read it at the same time. After 10 hours of reading the Bible, you feel like the God is real. I don't. You're going to believe that the information in the Bible is true. My man, David Martinez, welcome to the live stream. Feelings aren't evidence for a God. That is correct. I don't know, David, if you saw the video that I show at in the presentation. The Christian was explaining to a Satanism Satan guy that he felt the presence of the Lord and he felt good. And that's how we know it was Jesus. Divine Nature Online, your theology, philosophy on feelings is childlike. Sure, I respect your opinion. You just saying something generic. It has not much meaning. Can you say what part? I could say the same thing about you. Your theology, philosophy on God is childlike. And we can play that game all night. Because you're not really telling me anything. You acting like a child. What am I saying? Nothing. Probably divine nature, you're saying that because what I'm telling you feels uncomfortable for you because we're not talking about a God. We're talking about your feelings. That's what you get uncomfortable with, this honesty and transparency. You don't like it. You don't like honesty and transparency. You want the God. You want the good feelings. We can have a conversation. Try not to say things like this, like my theology is childlike. Do you think I'm a child? I think you can do way better than that. Young Roji, I'll call you Ian, I'm sorry. How can I think I exist and not exist? What do you mean by that, Ian? Can you expand a little bit more? Divine Nature Online. How does feelings determine truth? That's a good question. How does feelings determine truth? The truth does not matter. That's what I'm trying to communicate. Divine Nature Online. It doesn't matter what the truth is. I noticed that believers in one of those gods, they talk about the truth. But each person that believes in a different God, they say the same thing. My God is the truth. And the other one says, mine is the truth. It doesn't matter the truth or whose truth. As long as the information about the God is promising and feels good, you will believe. It doesn't matter if it's truth or not. We can have a conversation with that, about that. Divine Nature Online also is asking, how do you know what is reality? I don't know. Is this reality? Are we sleeping right now? Are we dreaming? I don't know. Marshmallow, welcome to the live stream. Humans not understanding ourselves is not because of arrogance. I think it's more like ignorance, probably being fooled. We were sold this God, supposedly they were going to fix everything, and this God, all of them failed miserably. So I think it's going to have to go back to us to fix this world. Edgar Hernandez, this host is the same guy who was talking about God knowing the future and free will. I'm exactly the same guy. Yes. What part do you think is not correct, or if I'm doing something wrong? Edgar Hernandez, super weak atheist claims. Wow. Okay. I don't know. What do you mean by atheist claims? I'm not an atheist. So I don't know if you're talking to me or someone else in the chat. Caller, good try. Didn't work. Um, yeah, Edgar Hernandez, you're not even asking me. You're just trying to discredit the host just because I'm saying something that is making you uncomfortable. The time that you listen to me talking about God knowing the future is contra, how you say that word? Opposite. Is either God is all knowing and there's no free will, or there's free will and God is not all knowing. I was talking to someone and explaining to them that's one of these things that is a problem for believing in a God. So probably you were distracted and you didn't get the point, or I didn't explain myself correctly. And just to clarify to you, I'm not an atheist. If you're interested in engaging in a fruitful conversation about this problematic of believing in God, you can ask me questions. Or if you want, Edgar Hernandez, we can play the same game and I'll tell you the same thing. Oh, look at this super weak believer in a God. And we played that game all night. It's not going to get us anywhere. Probably it's a good try to make you feel yourself better. But it's a weak way, childish way to do that. I think you're better than that, Edgar Hernandez. Probably you're a really, really good person, smart person, but somehow you were persuaded to believe in a God and now you're acting and talking this way. Marshmallow. Humans not understanding ourselves is not because of our arrogance. I already read that. Raman Truth. Shabbat Shalom. Shalom Aleichem. Did I say it correctly? Hello, my friend. Welcome to the live stream. I made a presentation at the beginning. If you missed it, you can go watch it back. I don't know if you can go right now. Yes, I think you can. And I show a video giving you an example of exactly what I'm talking about. Divine Nature Online. So if you feel it, and I don't wish one... Whoa, what? So if you feel it, and I don't, which one is true? I'm sorry, Divine Nature. My English probably is not that good. What I'm trying to tell you is that it doesn't matter which one is true. It does not matter. Because the optimum goal is your feelings, how you feel. You feel good? The God is going to save you? He's going to take away your pain? Man, that feels very loving. That's it. That's it. You will not care about truth. It feels great. Hopefully you were here, Divine Nature, and you heard and saw the video. You heard the Christian guy describing how good it felt to feel Jesus. And that's how he believes. That the Jesus is real or not, it does not matter. Thank you for your question, Divine Nature Online. That's a good question. Very good question. Boomhauer. Oh, erase your message. Pretty boy Flaco, welcome to the live stream. The truth doesn't matter? Someone checks his hard drive. We have a PDF here. Ha 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 ha. Very funny guy, Mr. Pretty Flaco boy. Very funny guy. So we can have a conversation based in ignorance. Pretty boy Flaco, you know, you're not gonna fool people in the live stream. This information is getting you uncomfortable because probably your feelings are dependent on the belief on the God, and someone shaking that emotional attachment, you don't like it. So let's attack the host so he can feel bad and I can feel better. You're the number 1000 that does the same thing, my friend. It's very old trick. I think once you realize what you're doing, Pretty boy Flaco, and you try to engage in a serious conversation, people are not going to take you seriously. Pretty boy Flaco writes, perpetually getting more dumb seems legit. You talking to yourself? Man, you shouldn't be talking to yourself like that. I'm pretty sure you're a good person, and probably you're also smart. Don't talk to yourself like that. Maybe you just were introduced to one of these gods and now you're talking like this. like some smarty pants and think that you're better than anyone. But maybe because of the God, I think that you are a good person. Maybe maybe you're soon gonna go back to yourself, being an honest, transparent, and decent human being. And don't talk like this, man. I don't know if your family know that you're writing like that. I will be ashamed of you, man. Be smart, be smart. Marshmallow, these were your words. Let me go back to see what you're talking about. Marshmallow, I don't know if you're talking to me. Try to put my username. Sometimes through all the messages, I cannot follow very well the conversations. I try. I'm interested in your messages. Divine Nature Online, Panama. Your feelings philosophy doesn't correspond objective truth. Your feelings philosophy doesn't correspond to objective truth. Can you explain how or why? Let's dig a little bit more on why you're thinking that this, what I'm saying, is not accurate. Divine Nature Online, you're more than welcome to call in. I try to be respectful. As long as you're respectful, I'll do the same thing and we can have a conversation like I have done with many believers, okay? And as long as we behave like adults, not like pretty boy Flaco is behaving, we can have a good conversation and maybe I learned something from you or backwards, you know? I think the main point, Divine Nature, is to talk about these things and not just accept the God. You know, probably you're a Christian. You will like for people that believe in other gods, maybe like Satanism, you would like for them to have conversations and ask questions, right? Maybe you can get them to believe in the God of the Bible. But just saying things like, you know, your philosophy doesn't correspond to it, you know, what do you mean by that? I try to explain by reading your messages, and sometimes you don't give me much to work with. Edgar Hernandez. Oh, Iron PR down there. Nothing created intelligent design. Iron PR also writes, evidence of who God is matters. It does not matter really, Iron. I don't know if you were here for the presentation, because once you see the presentation, you will probably understand why I'm saying that. And just to let you know, you are on the horizontal live stream and there's more people on the vertical live stream. Edgar Hernandez, did you claim that because God knows everything, present and future, all knowing, that we can have free will? Yes, 100%. It's a contradiction. There was a caller that day, Edgar, that was saying that knowledge is not causation, but it just happens that God is not only knowledge, He is the creator. So by saying that God has knowledge, so you mean that someone else created the future and He only knows about it? It doesn't make sense. So I was trying to communicate to that person, Edgar, that is a contradiction. And I explain it over and over and over again. But my explanation is problematic to someone that believes that via the God of the Bible, we have free will. We cannot have free will when the future is predetermined. It's already known. God already knows the future. I'm not going to change my mind. I'm going to change what God is already seeing. But thank you, Edgar. Yes, that was exactly what I was talking about. Divine Nature Online. So truth doesn't matter. So it's okay to lie to yourself as long as it feels good. Yes. If you believe in one of these currently available gods, you're doing it because of emotional reasons. There is no other reason. It does not matter if it's the truth or you're lying to yourself. It does not matter. Diva, don't play, my friend Diva. Javier, it's a paradox, not a contradiction. Diva, don't play. If you're referring to what Edgar Hernandez mentioned about the God knowing and creating the future, it's a paradox, not a contradiction. I don't know what you mean by that exactly, Diva. Because the future is there already. God knows it, and God created it. I know it conflicts with the belief that we have free will, but it's all an illusion. The illusion has the purpose of creating emotional polarity. Knowing that you have free will in God makes you feel good. You see, I have free will. He gives me freedom to choose, and I choose Him. It's all an illusion with the purpose of creating an emotional polarity in order to get you to move in one certain direction, in the direction of the God. Diva, don't play, right? Predetermined and knowing things are not the same thing. Knowing and creating are not the same thing. So God did not create the future. God does not know the future that He created. Javier, look up the word paradox. Okay, I know what paradox means, but let me look for an expanded definition. Okay, Diva, it says here, a paradox is a statement, situation, or argument that seems completely self-contradictory or goes against common sense, yet upon deeper inspection might actually hold a fundamental truth. It exposes flaws in our logic and forces us to think in unconventional ways. Yeah, so yet upon deeper inspection might actually hold a fundamental truth. Diva, what is that fundamental truth? We're gonna go back in circles, seems to me. You know, I'm gonna go back for just in case someone didn't see that video. I'm gonna show it again. Just because I think it's clearly what I'm talking about here. And then I'll go back to the chats or receive any calls from anybody that wants to call in.
Like a Satanist.
Being a Satanist is you are God. People misconstrued it and think that it's, oh, there's this little red devil under this underground.
Let's take this apart now.
Right.
But it's not. It's just like you are your own creator, basically.
And you get to choose what you want to do, whenever time, whatever day.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel like?
So if this Satanist guy didn't say that he was a Satanist and didn't have those horns in his head, I would think that he's a really nice guy.
Your life has been since you started doing it?
It's easier. Like it's freeing, and you don't have to be constrained to like a religion.
I don't have to be living in constant fear that I'm gonna be squashed and cooked alive by a violent God. That's what he's saying.
And
What got you into specifically this? Like, would you call it a religion?
what, Satanism?
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
technically a religion.
It's technically a religion, but
He's not really interested that he's labeled that he's in a religion. He just feels good about his choice, about his let's call it God, Satan, I don't know.
But it's not funny because I had a failed exorcism. Like this.
Wait, whoa. Someone was performing exorcism on you?
Yeah.
So I guess some Catholic Christian wanted to get the demons out of him just because he was not believing what the other person was believing. So the other person, thinking that he's in a pedestal, thought less of him and probably trying to get the demons out of him, but find out that he had no demons inside of him.
Yeah, and then it failed, obviously.
Who was it?
My priest friend at the time. So like I can get along with people that of faith, but like
He can get along with anybody, he has no problem. He just want to be himself, live life. That's what I'm getting from this kid.
He was performing exorcism on you?
yeah, like
And then what happened?
water the whole bit.
Oh, he was Catholic.
He was Catholic. There's no such thing as sin.
Essentially, if there's no sin, there's no punishment.
There's no punishment.
Right. How about in this world, punishment for sin?
No, I do still believe in karma though.
So I get no punishment.
Consequences of your actions.
So there would be a punishment.
It's because it's man-made.
What do you think? Who do you think the highest power is?
I don't think it's a god.
There's got to be like one, like final boss.
Okay.
He tried to sneak in preaching.
Tell me more about your experience.
Okay. Someone came into
Man, how sweet of that guy. Tell me more about your experience. Wow. That's humbleness.
my room, and it was a whole presence, and it was so overwhelming. I just started weeping. Wow. And it was heavy, and I felt the love that I've always wanted.
He felt finally the love that he always wanted to feel. Sounds interesting. It's not the God. He finally felt what he wanted to feel. And that feeling is Jesus. How does he know that? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. It can be the devil himself. It feels wonderful to feel loved. He felt the presence.
Felt that love fill my life, my soul, and I just felt the fire. Like it was almost like fire coming through my whole.
If you believe in a God, you are after the feelings, the emotional rewards, not the God.
Body.
I love that for you, man, but I don't think I'm ever gonna feel
Good for you if you define a God because how you feel. Feeling good? Yes, is God. Maybe because of the information that he associated with the feelings, the God, the feelings he believes.
that experience.
I believe you can. And this is who came. It was Jesus Christ, Yeshua.
Yep. The God that came with the good feelings, okay? And changed this person was Jesus.
Okay.
Christ of Nazareth showed up. The same one that
Of course, this guy is not believing a word he's saying because probably he knows most likely that nothing that he is explaining really happened. He just felt good about something. He had one of those moments, and he's associated it with Jesus.
died 2,000 years ago. Now I walk in love and peace. And
He's go into preaching, but behind this preaching, there's a motivation.
I say this as not, look at me, I'm good, I got out. No. I wish someone told me, because there is a way out for you, Alex. I know you went through some trauma. I know you went through some pain.
So now he stands on the pedestal. I'm good. I'm closer to God, and you're not. This is one of those indications that tells me that we're not talking about a God. We're not talking about a God. This is nothing holy by someone saying these things to another human being.
I would love to pray if Jesus is real, that he encounters you.
I don't want that, but
Jesus is real. Is 100% preaching.
thank you anyways.
Why do you want it, man?
Why do you want it? Why don't you want to feel good? I felt good. You want to feel good. And if you feel good, I'm going to feel way more good.
I don't need that.
Be a lot of bondage.
I don't need that.
And I'm actually doing that out of love.
You're not doing it out of love. You just learn to say those things. You're doing it for yourself, not even for the God. You know that there's a little source of feel good right there if this Satan guy changes his mind and start believing what you believe.
No
Yep.
pressure or like I'm forcing you to do it.
But thank you anyways.
Thank you, but no thank you. Well, for me, this is an eye opener. Let me go back to the chats. Christian R1006, welcome to the live stream. God isn't defined by feeling. I'm not saying that, Christian. I'm saying that you go through a process that I'm showing on the screen right now in order to redirect your energy to believe in one of these currently available gods. And Christian, by the way, you are on the horizontal live stream. There's another vertical live stream where there's a bunch of people also, just in case you want to switch. So going back to the vertical where there's a lot of people writing. So I'm going to start very low on the chat because I was looking into that video. So let's start with, and also if anybody wants to call in and have a conversation, I'll be happy to talk to you. A very respectful conversation, okay? We are adults. Okay, so let's start with Edgar Hernandez. The Messiah is not prophet. Do you know what Messiah is? No other prophet is called a Messiah. It does not matter who you call Messiah. It does not matter. Diva, don't play right. Be honest. Give me a yes or no. Then I'll make my point. KRM Keys. Carm Keys. Jesus is my Messiah. Skeletora. Ever heard of the phrase victim of circumstances? For the people on the horizontal live stream, there's like 2 people in there. Just in case, you can ask me any questions. You can call using the link, Discord link on the chat, and also sometimes I show it on the bottom of the screen. Also, there's another stream, vertical stream, where there's more people chatting also, just in case you want to switch to that stream. But for anybody that wants to call in, have a conversation about what I'm trying to transmit, to communicate to people about this problematic of believing in gods. It's not really a problem. The main problem is us being ignorant on how we operate as human beings. Oh boy, 9267. God is defined by multiple feelings. Yes. I don't know, old boy, if you saw the video that I just showed right now. The believer said, oh, I felt the love. The love felt good. This is the love that I was waiting to feel my whole life. So he's talking about his feelings. Skeletora, your point is irrelevant until you prove one or the other. Diva, don't play. If we don't have a free will, it would have to be only our highly complicated chemicals alone, right? Diva, don't play. You know, when we talk about the God of the Bible, for example, it's man, I can say that word, contradictory, that we're supposed to have free will and God knowing everything. So you take the God out, it seems that we have free will. Only seems. Because there are things that I do not understand, Diva. And I'm trying to get you and more people to have conversations about this process that we go through and where this energy is coming from that is getting us to believe in one of these gods. Diva, don't play. I'm doing it, but I need your answer. I don't know, Diva, if you're talking to me or another person. Lit Chiver, welcome to the live stream. Romans, Lit Chiver, you can write the Bible verses. I don't read them. Not interested. I prefer having conversations with human beings not with someone that sounds like a robot, repeating things that you read on a book. Edgar Hernandez, you have free will right now to do anything you want. You can choose to follow God or not. That's on you, not God. Yet God knows the future. He doesn't force you or make you slave. If God already knows the future and He knows what I'm going to choose and all my choices, there's really no free will. Carm Keys, Matthew, I don't read Bible verses. Skeletora, I don't know. There could be another force that we don't know. You like to push a false dichotomy, Diva. My friend Borshells, welcome to the live stream. So you guy had someone performing exorcism on him just to find out devil is not there. He knocked and nobody answered. Someone has sick intentions of you. Ask me. Yes. You know, I don't know why believers or some believers think that they are sitting or standing on a pedestal. I'm better, you're bad. I'm good, you're bad. I had to fix you. Diva, don't play at Skeletor. I think you know I'm about to catch you. Oh, this is about catching people, not about, we're not talking about gods. We're talking about feelings. Skeletora, you don't understand the rules of engagement, Diva. You don't know what you don't know. Carmes, whatever. I'm gonna say Sem Ray. Bible, Quran, Torah, Quran. Quran is the final testament. Hallelujah. Comes from Jalal. Sembre, what I'm saying in this live stream is that it doesn't matter which God it is. As long as the God feels good, you will believe in the God. Carm Keys, you can continue just copy pasting Bible verses. Just to let you know, if you ever want to engage in a serious conversation, probably people are not going to take you seriously. Edgar Hernandez, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. The Word became flesh. Edgar Hernandez, thank you for sharing what you believe. In the case of myself, I don't believe what you believe, and most people don't believe what you believe. I don't know what you believe for, maybe because of emotional reasons. Diva, don't play at Skeletor. Join me live with Javier. Skeletora. Oh, wait, where's my music? I knew something was too silent. Sorry. Skeletora, and I can admit I don't know. You're claiming something, prove it without a logical fallacy. I think it's okay to say that we don't know something. Carm Keys, scared of you, own Bible verses, have some respect for your Bible. I don't respect the Bible. No, thank you. I don't read it. I don't want it in my house, far away as possible. But if you feel good about reading the Bible, that's good for you. All I'm saying is that it gets old, Carm Keys. Just copy pasting stuff that you're reading in a book. Nobody cares, man. I myself care more about what you have to say. That would be more interesting. If I wanted to see or read what the Bible says, I'll go read the Bible. Skeletora, how do I do that? How do I do what? Skeletora. Oh, I think you guys are talking about calling in. There's a Discord link on the screen that you can use to call in. Sam Ray, him knowing what you will do doesn't prevent you from having free will. So if he knows what I'm going to choose, what happened if I choose something different than what he knew I was going to choose? He was wrong because I changed my mind. Diva, don't play. Skeletor, do you have a Discord? In case anybody wants to call in and have a conversation, you can call the Discord link on the screen or on the chat. Calm Keys keeps copy pasting stuff from the book, probably trying to sound smart like that. Skeletora, sorry I am a little delayed. Currently texting between washing dishes. Diva don't play. Skeletor, do you see the link written below? Write it completely down, then enter it into your Discord. And Karm Keys continues to market the God. Probably he wants to convince other people to believe in what you believe. But I don't think that's the best way to do that. But if it feels good to you, that's okay. Skeletor apparently is gonna call. Ooh, Diva, he's taking you on that invitation. Karm Keys, I don't know who you're asking that question, so you're not a Christian. I don't know if you're asking someone else that question, but just in case you're asking me that question, no, I'm not. Sam Ray, Jesus said, "Get away from me, I never knew you." To whom? Well, who said that? Remove Christians? Oh, that's not nice. Remove Christians. Come on. That's a generality. I think in everything in life, there's going to be smart people, not so smart people. But making a general comment that only ignorant people are Christians, that's not accurate. Sembray, he knew you will change your mind after having a different intention. So he knew that I was going to change my mind, so he created the future. So when I changed my mind, I would choose what he was already seeing. But what happened if I change it twice? I want to play games with God. I want to change my mind 10 times. So we have to recreate the future again and again and again and again. That doesn't make absolutely no sense to me. Evil Paolo, welcome to the live stream. Do you believe that gay people will go to hell? I don't know who you're asking to, Evil Paolo. If you want to make sure that I don't miss your question, try to put my username on your message. That way I can see it a mile away and I know that you're talking to me. In case you're talking to me, Evil Paolo, do I believe that gay people will go to hell? Absolutely not. Removes Christian says there's no hell. Come kiss, so what are you? I'm a human being. Evil Paolo, he ignored my question. Evil Paolo, if you're asking me any questions and you want to make sure that I don't miss your question, try to put my username on your question or your message. Evil Paolo, because he hates us. I don't know what you're talking about. Boar shells. Javier, 512. I don't care. I don't mind 10 times. It doesn't matter. Once or 10. No, wait. I skipped message. Hold on. Javier, 512. I don't care. I don't believe in what you believe. My favorite verse from some unwritten book of wisdom. Oh, Bartos, man. Wow. Thank you, Barchels. Sam Ray. He knew you will change your mind 10 times. It doesn't matter once or 10. So I changed my mind 100,000 times. And we keep doing this all night, okay? Every time you respond that he knew I was going to change my mind 100 times, I'll take it to 1,000,000, okay? And we keep going over this and I'll take it to 1,000,000 times. Get that God busy creating different futures so I can play with God. Porchels, Javier 512. I thought that was like something in the Bible or something. My favorite verse from some unwritten book of wisdom. Oh man, that was funny. Diva don't play at Sam Ray. Personally explained that to Javier, but he doesn't comprehend it. I do not comprehend that I can change my mind 1,000,000 times and God is gonna have to recreate the future 1,000,000 times because the future that he thought I was going to choose, I changed my mind, so he was wrong. He thought that he knew what I was going to choose. So he created that future, but I changed my mind and he had to create a different future now because the one that he knew, he was wrong. Oh boy, you switch live streams. Welcome to the vertical live stream. Baby Boo. I don't know what that means. Year 2026. Welcome to the live stream. I don't read Bible verses, man. What for? Year 2026 is coming in, marketing the God. Maybe because some personal, emotional reason. Copy pasting stuff from the book named the Bible makes him feel good. Thinking that it's gonna do something for anybody, but it's really doing it for him. He feels good copy pasting stuff in a live stream. Even though nobody is asking him to do it, he wants to do it because he loves God, but in reality, he's making it because it feels good to him. But year 2026, in myself, I'm interested in what you have to say, what you think, your thoughts, your opinions, not what someone else is saying through you. Like if you were a puppet or something. Sam Ray, he knew you will change your mind, whatever many times you will change your mind, and that you intended to ole with God. Do you think when you increase the amount, he will lose? Man, so I'll take it to 10 million times. I'm going to change my mind 10 million times. I'm going to get God stuck doing that. What the rest of humanity, there are not being monitored by God because he's busy recreating futures for me. I'm like, man, God doesn't know the future because I have free will. So I'm gonna choose different things. Take that God, take that God, take that. Create that future, create it. You know what's happening here, Simbre? The thing is that what I'm saying doesn't align with your belief in the God, and that doesn't feel good to you. What you're feeling right now, like upsetness, it feels uneasy. Yeah, because I'm not talking about a God. I'm talking about you, your feelings. Borchels, is there a penalty or repercussions in sacred scripts for changing your mind? Is that a sin? Is there a penalty or repercussions in sacred scripts for changing your mind? Is that a sin? Question. Yeah, maybe Borchels, I'm saved and then I change my mind. I offend God. And then I told him that I love him and I repent from my sins. And then I insult him and then I repent. Let's keep that God busy creating different futures. Diva don't play, Javier. It's like you think God is like only marginally more intelligent or marginally more knowledgeable when he is outside of time. Hope this helps. You know, Diva don't play. This is those things that you are sneaking in there. This is what you believe. You cannot prove to anybody, not even to yourself, that God is sitting outside of time. The reason you say these things is because you feel good. Those things align with the God in the Bible. They're not real, but it doesn't matter because these things align with what you believe. I could say the same thing. Chulum is outside of time. You know, probably you were asking me, where is this God? I don't know. He's outside of time, so I'm not able to tell. Very sneaky. Diva don't play. Then us humans. Hope this helps. Then us human beings. Sembre, he created the future of your intentions, changing and not the act until you acted upon your intention. So that means that he doesn't know the future. Right? He created the future of your intentions. So the future is already created based on my intentions, but is already created and he knows what that future is. So if I act upon my intention, I'm going to jump into that future. But if I change my mind, it makes no sense whatsoever. God knows the future since before humanity. Remember, he's not bound by time. Skeletora, I just joined the Discord. Seems like it popped me out. Let me check. Skeletor, I see you there.
Hello.
Hello. Hold on a second, Skeletor. Let me fix the volumes. Hold on. Skeletor, go ahead.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you perfectly. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Enjoying your presence in the live streams and everybody participating in the live stream. I think probably Diva is gonna join here in a few seconds. I think he was the one who invited you to call.
Yeah, he wanted to talk about whether or not we have free will. And I think it speaks to his the fundamentals of how we know what we know, and basically like the rules of logic and stuff, because he always wants to throw out yes or no questions. And I think he's a false dichotomy. Just because we don't know that there isn't a third option doesn't mean there isn't a third option. But he was going to try and prove it to me that we have free will. I mean, free will sounds good as a concept, but no telling.
Yeah, in the what I talked to Diva the other day, and what I'm explaining on the live stream is that in my way of thinking, the way I see it, that if the God knows the past, the present, and the future, he already knows what we are going to choose, because the future is already, I call it written, written by him. He already knows the future. So if we change our mind, he has to recreate the future. There was a person in the live stream saying that, no, he creates our intentions, not our choices, which I don't think that makes much sense either. But I think Diva just joined.
Hey, David, don't play. How's it going?
What's up? What's up, Skeletor? What's up?
Oh,
I'm
you're
glad you
gonna
got
say
it.
hi to
Another day, another
you're gonna
dollar.
say hi to Skeletor and not to me, huh?
Oh, we talk like 3 times a week, man. We old pals, man. I bet.
I'm just kidding, man. How are you, Diva?
Good, man. I gotta jump in these certain conversations, with evidence or information I might have.
You're always welcome to call in. There's Skeletor is there, and probably I think his view in this problematic of having free will sounds to me like different from what I'm seeing. So it's interesting to me that a person with a different view, a person has a different view from this problematic of God being all-knowing and then us having free will. I don't know if Skeletor, if you wanna say again what you think about free will and God.
I'll add to that real briefly. I guess you could say I'm agnostic as to whether or not we have free will or not. I don't know one way or the other that we have it or that we don't have it. I've yet to see evidence and proof either direction. And so for now, my position is I don't know, which is a solid position, I believe, because unless somebody can prove it to me. So, Diva, can you prove that we have free will or that we don't have free will?
Well, I can't
Or
prove anything.
falsify either.
I can't prove anything. I can give evidence and see where the evidence leads, but I can't prove that you're
Right.
you're sitting there.
I
I
mean,
can't even prove that. Like the evidence is you are, but I can't
I
really prove.
understand.
You get what I'm saying? Okay.
Like, proof is for
So,
mathematics. I get that. I'm talking about, can
right.
you give me a
Yeah.
preponderance of evidence as
Uh,
adjudicated by its repeatability and reality?
I'm not the brightest. I'm not the most knowledgeable, but I think I'm pretty good. I think I can make a good argument and see what's up. Would you agree that if God exists, I think it sounds I think you're an atheist or maybe agnostic atheist, right? You're not really a
I'm I mean, I'm like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 9 atheist. I'm pretty darn sure there's nothing out there, but there could be. It's definitely not the God of the Bible or anything else,
right.
in my opinion, in
So
my understanding.
so if God exists, right? If God exists, then
I'll
us
play
having
along.
if God exists, we would like in the belief we would have souls, right? Immaterial souls,
Sure.
which we would have free will, right? If I can show you that we do have free will, would that be really good evidence that a God has to exist, right? Would you agree that? Would you
Well,
agree?
I would agree that sometimes we have free will and sometimes we don't. For instance, the Pharaoh did not have free will when God hardened his heart several times. So that's an example where in the Bible we didn't have free will. But yeah, I'd agree most of the time we do.
Well, I would, if you read it, you would agree that it says that Pharaoh hardened his own heart many times first. Then God allowed his heart to be hardened at that point that God would only know when it's too late. Right?
Okay. You've come at
But
me with things like if I've ever told one lie, I'm a liar. So if
no,
God has ever taken someone's free will once, he's a free will taker. So,
well,
which I don't agree with your position on that. I think because I've told one truth, so that makes me honest.
I'm
So
not
I
going.
disagree with that. I think we're a sum total of our who we are, but
I wasn't going that. Where you made the you
both
talked
sides
about
is
Pharaoh.
what I'm saying.
You talked about Pharaoh.
Yeah, let's go back to where we were going. Okay, free
So
will.
so if atheism is true, there is no God because it's either there is no God or there is a God, right? There's nothing in between, right? There's no other third
Yes,
option.
there is. Yes,
I
there
mean,
is.
maybe,
The
but
third option is I am not convinced there is a God, which is really the fundamental definition of atheism.
right. But I'm
People
saying,
want to, they call it the hard atheist is the one who asserts that there is no God, which, I mean, like I said, the linguistics is, it's not perfect yet. It's like why we have dwarf planets. It's still some kind of a planet, but Pluto's not a planet, but it's a dwarf planet. How does that make sense?
you might have misunderstood. I said it's either there is no God for in reality, right? Or there is a God
Okay,
possibly in reality. It can't. There's nothing kind of in
right.
between,
But that's
right?
not what atheism is.
No,
Atheism is
that's fine.
atheism is this. You say there is a God, I say I don't believe you. That is what atheism is.
Technically, A is a negator in theism. So technically, the term used to
Yeah, I
be
don't believe in your theism.
an
I'm
agnostic. An agnostic is somebody that would be like, I don't know. So an agnostic
well, I
atheist.
think all of us are agnostic in my opinion. Nobody knows. People really, really want to believe they know, but they don't know. So I think we're all agnostic technically.
I don't. Are you are
And
you
we'll
in your
find out when we do.
40s? Are you in your 40s, 50s?
What?
How old are you?
40s. Yeah.
You're what? 40s?
I'm old, man. I'm sound effect old. I make sound effects when I get up
You
or
said-
down.
what decade are you, what age range?
80s, man.
80s. Okay.
I'm
So
40.
Man,
I'm in my
you sound
40s.
way
I was
younger.
born in the 80s.
yeah, I was
I was
thinking
born
maybe
in the
40,
80s.
50. Yeah.
I'm 40s,
So in your life, did you have times where you leaned that definitely a God could exist, or you have been like at a 9 for your whole life?
No, I was raised Catholic as a young child. My dad actually is a
What did you
deacon, or
believe?
was when he was alive.
Right, but what did you believe? Right, I
in
don't
the
care about what
Catholic
you're
Church.
raised.
Well, I mean, so when I was a young child, I definitely believed and, got baptized, confirmed. And, well, the confirmation was where I wanted to take a pause, but my parents were like, well, you'll have to just go it all again next year. So I went ahead and didn't think it meant anything at that point. So at some point I did, probably early high school, I had the problem of free will because with God and it, not making sense that, because if we have free will, then we could prevent the second coming of Jesus. But that would be against God's plan, which is going to happen. So do we have free will? No, we don't, because if there's only one outcome, there was never a choice to begin with.
So
Wow.
There's nothing I could do to prevent the second coming of Jesus Christ, supposedly, according to y'all's definition of all that. You know, if we never rebuilt that temple that's got to be built first, we could do that. We could prevent Jesus from ever coming back. But
Well,
eventually it's going to happen according to God's plan. There's no way getting around it. Therefore, we don't have free will.
Okay, let me
I
try
mean-
let me try to get you to understand that you have free will. Let's see if I can try to work with you on this. I want to try to get to that. Then we can do other things. So as a
Okay.
atheist, where you don't kind of believe that you believe maybe there is no God, there's a possibility that it's all an accident, right? In a sense, it's just all.
I don't believe in any God. Correct.
Okay. So do you believe the Big Bang? Do you believe there was a beginning in the universe, or the
I
universe is-
understand the Big Bang.
right? There was nothing, or there was not. You know, it was maybe a small point, or
Incorrect.
whatever, and everything, right? Okay.
So
So
the Big Bang starts moments after the singularity starts to expand, the Planck time after the expansion started. We don't know exactly what was before the Big Bang, if that even makes sense as a question or as a statement. Before the Bang, like before time, we don't
Before
know
time.
what was there a Planck time before the Big Bang
So
or at the Big Bang. We know a Planck time after the Big Bang.
So I would say that, in a sense, time, space, and matter had to come in all at one time, because if there was no space, where are
necessarily.
you going to put the matter? If there was no time, when would you do it? And if there was no matter, you know what I'm saying? So I think it all
Oh,
came in at-
energy and matter are the only things that we know of that cannot be created nor destroyed. They only change forms. So energy and matter could be eternal. And that's just our local universe. There could be other
Okay.
universes or
Okay, no, I got you.
continuous expansion and then contraction. I mean, we
I got
just don't know what's going on before. So
got you.
we don't know.
So-
But
so-
matter and energy could be eternal.
Okay, so so you think that's what basically was at the beginning, was matter and energy, right? And that's it, right?
Mostly energy, yes.
Well, matter too, right? Because we have matter everywhere.
Well, matter is energy according to E = MC squared. You can
Okay, but either way,
go back
right?
and forth
Okay.
across that equal signs.
Okay, so I forgot what I was gonna say.
I believe it's
Um,
Christians that believe in ex nihilo creation, out of nothing, something. That's God just, I think he did the cross his arms and wiggle his nose and blink like I dream a genie and poof, there's existence. That's what creations believe, that out of nothing. I don't believe that.
So
I don't think
you-
anybody who understands the Big Bang believes that.
So if there's no God, right? You'd have to agree there's no spirit, right? There's no spirit. There's no soul. There's no I, right? We're
Not
just
necessarily.
matter.
I mean, there could be other like supernatural things that I don't know about that are different from a god. But
No,
I've
there's
never
no-
heard of a doctor call for a soul extraction or a soul transfusion or anything like that. So yeah, I don't think there's souls.
That's
me
what I'm
myself.
saying. So
But that's different from all atheists. You can't group every atheist into that.
well, I'm just taking
I have
your
no reason to believe we have a soul.
okay, that's my point, because everything is matter and energy. There's no immaterial. There's no, you get what I'm saying? It's everything is what it is. You know, it's wood and
But
and
isn't
leaves.
wouldn't you call a soul energy? Some kind
No,
of energy? I mean,
No, the soul is an immaterial you. You're a person. You're not just your
so it's
chemicals.
like dark matter.
You're it's like a personhood. You would have free will. I'll get to that. You have emotions. You can choose.
And one of the
And-
reasons I don't believe in a soul is because of brain injuries. You've heard of people who get brain injuries and then they have a completely different personality. Some can even start speaking foreign languages that they didn't know before.
Yeah, well,
All kinds
there's
of things. So
there's
which one is their soul?
there's a brain.
Is their
and
soul
a-
gonna? Yeah, I think our consciousness is tied to our material brains.
There's a brain, and then there's also a mind, right? Your brain is physical, right? And I would say there's a mind controlling and working with and through your brain also. But I'm gonna try to prove that to you or show that to you. Okay. So if we are
Okay.
if you believe that we are all just basically matter and energy, and we're highly in the decisions that we make, right? We are highly complicated, right? Chemical reactions, and we do what our chemicals make us do, right? There's no free will. There's just chemicals because it's just matter and energy. There's no soul. There's no personhood, right? There's no spirit because that's you would need a god for that, right? It's just matter and energy. It's just skin, chemicals.
Well, that's the difference between classical physics and quantum physics. Like, according to classical physics, yes, if I knew the starting position and speed of every object in the universe, every proton, neutron, and electron, every atom and its velocity, I could calculate where they go around the pool table, so to speak. I could calculate that and anticipate it. But quantum physics has random fluctuations that are unpredictable. So I know it sounds like I'm wanting it both ways, but that's what science has shown us, that we kind of do at the quantum levels. We do have these
I'm going to break it down.
variations.
I'm going to break it down. You understand that if God exists, which most people believe, we have a personhood, we have a soul that we're in our body, and we have a brain.
I have a personhood.
But there's a soul that is guiding, making the decisions. Like, when I'm talking to you.
But just because you believe it, can you prove it? Can you prove we have a soul, man?
But I have to get you to agree that this would make sense. That if there is no God, I can have a soul.
Give you an internal critique. I can assume for the purposes of this discussion that we have a soul, but I can't just believe it because I have reasons.
You're not
just because everybody's convinced. Everybody still knocks on wood like trees have souls. Do you think trees have souls?
No, but you're not following what I'm saying. And I think maybe you're understanding where I'm getting at, and you're trying to switch it a little bit. But what I'm saying is,
I'm standing my ground on the.
Just listen to me.
You prove it. If you're asserting that we have souls, I'm saying prove it. That's where I'm standing, is asking you to prove
if you guys allow me for one moment, this is what I sometimes mention to you, Diva, that you're trying to sneak in your belief into the conversation, and then once you do that, it's hard to follow the conversation because you're talking about something that you believe, and then I cannot take serious whatever you're saying. That's why I say sometimes that you're preaching, believe when you do what you just did right now. Talking about the souls.
I don't think he means literally preaching the Bible at this moment. He means like you're preaching that we have a soul. Like I said, it's yours.
Hold on. So I think that's what Skeletora is saying. But Skeletora, let Diva talk for a moment, please.
Okay.
Can you tell me what I'm asking you, or what I'm because if I just make a rant and I say this is how it is, this is how it is, this is how it is, this is how it is. Now you see it, you're not going to get it. I'm trying to get you to answer with me to see what makes sense. Because if you don't agree with me, then
try to still man your argument if that's what you're out here.
Right.
To make sure I understand where you're coming from.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to ask you to see if you agree with me. If not, then we could discuss why. But you're just like I don't know. So what I'm saying is,
go ahead, Diva. Go ahead, make your argument. Go ahead.
Please listen. In reality, in reality, there's either a God who created everything, created life, and he's all powerful. He made all this, or everything is just matter and energy, and there's no soul, there's no spirit. It's just world. It's just dirt, grass, cells, body. There's no immaterial soul. Did you understand that it can't be? You can't have a soul if there's no God. You know what I'm saying? You can't have that, right? Because it's immaterial. You can't have something immaterial in a world that's just matter and energy. There's no, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? You can't have a soul.
Disagree with that. I disagree with that because there could be ghosts. Like an atheist could believe in ghosts.
There's no ghosts. There's no ghosts.
There could be. How about this? What if there were gods? What if there were more than one God? That's a third option you didn't present.
Hold on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's God or gods. It's still, is there a God or is there no God? And if there's no God, there's no spirit, there's no ghost, there's no Satan, there's no
That doesn't follow.
immaterial.
That doesn't follow, my
Well,
friend.
how could it be? How could it be if everything is just matter and
Well,
energy?
it could, it,
How?
like, we could be like
Where would the
Force.
soul
The
come
Force
from?
could be a thing. And we could
What I'm
have
saying,
Force ghosts, and they have souls. Like,
what I'm
you
saying
know,
is,
so it doesn't have to be God. It could be the Force.
is
Yeah,
this force
if you
created?
allow me for a second, guys, I think that the moment you introduce the word God, there it sounds to me that you're taking it to your side. You know, because
What did I say?
it could be aliens, it could be the Force, it could be some energy
Fine.
that we don't understand, it could be many things
Sure.
that we don't understand.
A creator
It's a
or
false
no
dichotomy
creator or no
that we
creator?
have souls and there's a God, or that we don't have souls and there is no God. There could be no God and we have souls. There could be no
How?
God and we do have souls.
But how? So a soul is not material. It's not material. How could something
We could have evolved souls as far like as part of our consciousness. I don't know. That
You
again is
already-
something for you to work out, but
you already said
because you
that
don't know,
you already said you believe we don't have
doesn't
souls.
mean that it
You
can't.
already said that.
You don't know
already
what you don't know.
You said that already. You said we don't have souls. You believe that. You said that, right?
We don't know.
I
if
mean,
we
I
have
believe
souls.
it, yeah, but that doesn't
That's
make
the-
it the only option. I could be wrong.
If you had okay, like I
Hey,
said,
how's it going?
that's an easy
But-
atheist.
and because I don't believe we have souls, like I said,
Right,
that's
Tony.
a separate question from being an atheist.
But if we have souls, which
Like
I'll
the
try to prove,
supernatural.
you don't hold on. You don't
Well,
know we
it
have
could be supernatural somehow. I mean, I don't
Souls.
know how it could work that we have souls physics wise,
Do you hear
because
what you
it's
said?
not something that physics has understood.
If-
Let's
to have
let's try
souls.
let's try
If
not
we
to
have a-
talk on top of each other because it's really hard to
know,
understand you
you're-
guys.
If we have a soul that is supernatural, you'd agree, right?
I guess, yeah, probably.
Now, in an atheistic worldview where there's no creator, there's no personal being or whoever it is, God, aliens, someone, whoever that had, if there's no personal being that's alive that would give us this supernatural, right? Because you have to admit that God is supernatural, right? If there's no God, there is no supernatural. It's just everything what it is, what it is.
There
could there
could
be
be supernatural,
Without supernatural. How could that be?
different dimensions, my friend. There's a like, I don't
Different
know how,
dimensions?
or like
You're an atheist that believes in different dimensions? That doesn't make sense.
there could be, yes, there could be multiple dimensions, my friend. The
All right,
many
I'm gonna-
worlds reality.
I'm gonna skip
Theory.
it because I think you understand that every single real atheist would agree that we don't have souls because that's
I
a
think you need to
supernatural
talk
and that's
more
immaterial.
atheists.
Immaterial. You
I
can't
don't. I
have
think, like I said, your
immaterial.
connection between having a God means that there must be souls, and that is the only way to get a soul, is flawed.
Yes.
Like I said, we could have evolved souls. We could be
Evolved
grow them as we grow
on.
ourselves.
evolved immaterial. Explain
Yes,
something
why
that
not?
you can't see. You can't see
Psychics.
and
We would have evolved being a psychic.
all right.
I mean, like I said, the Force is another
Yeah,
example.
yeah.
I don't believe in the Force really exists either, but that
That's what
doesn't
I'm
mean it
saying.
couldn't exist in some form.
stick to your worldview. Don't borrow from my worldview. Stick to your worldview. Be honest with your
I'm
worldview.
not trying to borrow from your worldview because
There's
my
no- there's
worldview
no-
is I'm waiting on proof. You haven't proven that connection that you keep
Right.
asserting.
because you're not
You
because
keep
you're not
asserting that the only way for us to get a soul is through God, and I keep saying, well, what about this way and what about that way? Those
No,
could
I'm
be
gonna-
other ways.
I'm gonna prove it.
Just
But if you
and I put
I'm-
your God right there with the
Anyway,
Force. I think God is as real as Luke Skywalker is. Yeah, you say God and people know who you're talking about, just like Luke Skywalker. But that doesn't make the Force real. It doesn't make your God real. And so until anybody proves either one, like, why
I'm
would
gonna
I
move
believe
on.
in either?
I'm gonna move on, but if you could admit, which every atheist should admit, okay, that if there is no
No.
God, no creator, there is no immaterial soul. There's no invisible. There's no absolute good and evil, because that's okay. And if there is a God, there could be a soul, and
I don't
that's
believe
it.
in absolute good and evil either.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If I show you there's absolute truth, you would have to say that that's evidence that God exists. That's all I'm saying. But I'm not. What I'm saying is, you're telling me that you could have a soul.
Then let's skip the
You're
whole
telling-
free will
you're telling
part.
me-
Go ahead, demonstrate absolute.
You're telling me
good and
you could
evil
have free will and you could have a soul without a God creator, which I disagree with that, and every atheist would. But I'll move past that. Okay. So
I don't see how we have free will with your judgment.
in your worldview, we're all matter and energy and chemicals, right? We're not a soul that makes decisions that has free will. We're just doing what, like an animal, like a bee, like whatever, right? We're just highly
We
chemicals.
must have free will, friend. I
We're
said I
highly-
didn't know if we had free will.
Steven, can
I never said we did not have free will. I said I don't know if we have free will.
I'm gonna show
I
you
think
that
I'm-
we, but you
I got
gotta
a quick-
answer so I know you're with me or you're not. Do you
I got a
agree
quick-
that?
Let's try not to talk on top of each other. So
I
You
know,
can
I'm just
remind me.
getting up
I
points.
can jump
Go
in
ahead.
quick.
So,
Yeah, Skeletor, is that your name?
oh, Tony knows
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. Tony knows.
Yeah,
He knows rock here.
I have a different question, and I'm gonna let you guys continue. I just had to jump in. So you say there is no good and there's no evil. Are you saying that?
Absolute.
I'm saying there's no absolute good or evil.
Okay.
It
I
is
don't know.
pretty much all.
I don't know. I don't know how old you are, or if you've actually lived. But I don't know if you're living under a rock or something. But you haven't seen what evil is. You haven't seen people who are good. You can't decipher the difference between good and evil. Are you serious? Let's be real. Are you serious right now?
Have you ever traveled, my friend, outside of the country?
Are you the type that you probably like?
well,
Obviously-
Tony,
the
Tony,
Chinese have
he
this
asked you a
story they
question.
tell. The Chinese have this story they tell about a man who lies to his father, which is bad, and he goes and visits his girlfriend, which is good in a way. And on his way back, sneaking back into the house, he falls and breaks his leg, which is bad. But then a war is called, and because his son has a broken leg, he didn't have to go to war, which is good. So, like I said, it's a perspective issue. What is evil to us is insignificant to ants.
I got a question.
So
I
it's
got a
not
question.
evil to ants what we do.
Skeleton.
So you're saying that there
I got a
is a
question.
good and
Skeletor, I got a question, please. I think you've been dodging everything, and the points I'm making, you're not agreeing with, which goes along with naturally what would happen with atheism and a God.
Because
There's
they're
no
not
difference
really
without a God or a creator.
points. You're,
So I'm gonna ask you a question:
my friend, you're,
Is it absolutely evil? Okay, is it absolutely evil for any adult to physically abuse a 3-year-old? Is that absolutely evil, or just it's my opinion it's evil? And if someone likes to do it, that's fine. That's their choice. Which one would you say?
from the position of a fish, it's neutral.
I'm asking
It
you.
makes no bother.
So it's
So it's relative. It
So
is
I'm saying,
relative to
so-
us as humans.
I'm asking you. So
It's
no,
relative to us because
it's not.
we
it's
eat
not-
veal. We
Bro,
eat baby cows. Is that
No,
evil?
it's not. Okay.
it's okay to be.
So it is
just don't
relative, I
accept-
think. Yes.
You don't want to accept the truth. He asked you a clear question, and you couldn't even admit that doing something to an
No,
infant
I would
is
say
So
no,
let me.
it
you
is
can't-
not absolutely evil. I
Okay,
just said
okay,
that.
hold on,
No,
hold on,
it's
Tony,
not
let me-
absolutely
Okay,
evil.
it's not. That's. I just want an answer. Thank you. Now give me a good. Now give me a time, because if it's not absolutely evil, there's got to be at least a time when it's good, because it's not absolutely evil. Tell me a good time when a grown adult can abuse horribly a 3-year-old child. Explain a good
You're giving
time.
me a false dichotomy again.
No,
I
no,
explained to you the third option is that it is neutral to the fish.
I'm not talking about
Like I
a
said,
fish.
we
I'm talking about
I
human
am.
beings.
I'm
Well,
giving you that
fish
third
can-
option that you
fish
don't
can kick
consider.
rocks.
It's not black and white world. It is a shade of gray.
Look, I caught you, but you don't. I'm not talking about fish. I'm talking about human beings. Human beings are different. Fish don't
And
have
so
free
our
will.
sense of morality is biased. We
do
have a
fish have
human
morality?
bias.
Do fish have
We
morality?
eat Yeah, well, I think fish do have their own sort of fish morality, possibly.
So it's
I know apes
okay.
do, dogs
So
do, cats
so
do.
let me ask you this. Is
I'm
it
not
the
sure
exact
about fish.
same? Is it the exact same to murder a 3-year-old toddler and murder a fish? Is that exactly the same in your worldview?
From my point of view, no,
Why?
because I am a human. I have spheres of influence. I care most about myself, and then my family, and then my friends, then my community, then other
So
people
so
in a
would you
more
so
general sense.
so you sure you
So,
don't want to so you sure you don't want to take it
so
back
I
that
include myself as
that
the human
murdering
that
a
would care
three
about a human
so you don't
before I
want to take
cared
it
about
back
a
that
fish.
murdering a 3-year-old toddler for no reason is absolutely evil? You don't want to there's a
I
chance
would
it could be
say,
good? There's a
I
chance it
would
could be
say it
good.
is.
It isn't. So give me the time when
What?
it's good. Give me the time when it's good. And then you got me.
Okay,
When is
okay.
it good?
How about
When is,
how about
yeah.
that child that gets abused and then doesn't get caught by the Nazis because they're in the hospital? I don't know.
I
There's
just
an
said
example I just made
that's
up.
not what I
It's
said.
a big
That's
what
not
if, but you're
Skeletor.
telling me
Listen
a
to
big
me.
what if, so I feel like I can
No,
what
no,
if right back
Skeletor.
at you.
Yep, Skeletor.
Skeletor,
Skeletor, you
No,
changed my question. I didn't say abuse this time. I said a grown adult murdering an innocent little 3-year-old child, killing them. When is it good? Give me a time when that is a good thing.
well, again, what if that
Because it's
kid
either
grows up?
absolutely evil or if there's a good thing when you do it. So which one is it?
Would
Is it
you tell baby
absolutely
Hitler if
evil?
you had a chance?
Yeah, I just want
I
you to
mean, it
know.
could
Is
be.
it absolutely evil or is there a good time to do that and explain? Thank you. That's all I want.
I mean, it's a trolley problem, my friend, and it's going to have an opinion to it. So, like
Answer
I
it.
said, you're adding this what if scenario. I feel like I can add
Yeah.
a what if scenario to your what if scenario.
Sure, but first answer my question.
So, if it's baby Hitler, if it's 3 years old,
No, it's an
I'd say it's
innocent baby. It's an innocent baby. You say it's not absolutely
well,
evil.
baby
So
3-year-old
when is
Hitler
Javier?
man, baby,
Do you think
was,
he's not
was
answering my question? Can you tell him to answer
I'm
my
answering
question?
your question. You just don't like the fact
Who
that
said Hitler? Who said Hitler? Who said
I
Hitler?
did.
Okay, but that's not my question. You can ask me that, but that's not my question. So you ask me, and I'll ask you. So my question
You
is,
asked me one scenario where murdering a 3-year-old would be justified, and I just justified it. If that baby were to grow up
I
to be
didn't say
Hitler,
just. No, I didn't say just. That's not was my question. I didn't say justified. I said, and I didn't say Hitler. I said a normal person, for no reason, slaughtering an innocent little 3-year-old child. If that is not absolutely evil, you have to give me an example of when it is good.
the only example I can think of is in the Bible
No,
when God said, "Happy are those who bash infants by their heads
Javier,
against rocks."
Javier, you hear me, right?
So-
Can you ask him to
Yes.
answer the question?
Is
Am I
killing
not
ki-
answering the question?
No, do you agree that
I'm
if slaughtering an innocent,
not answering the question.
he's talking. So if slaughtering an innocent little 3-year-old child didn't do nothing wrong, a psychopath, okay, does
Was
this.
Hitler innocent 2 years old?
All right, I didn't say Hitler. So anyway,
if,
We're not
uh,
talking
if, you,
about
if you
Hitler.
if you guys allow me
I'm
for a
saying
second,
Hitler.
hold on, Skeletor, hold on a
I
second.
never said 3-year-old. You
Hold
said
on,
3-year-old.
hold on,
Why do you get
Skeletor.
to say 3-year-old and I can
don't
say
leave
Hitler?
me. Don't leave me, Tony. Don't leave me.
Hold on, guys. So, Diva, the
Yeah.
3-year-old example,
Yep.
good as we human beings agreed, the vast majority, meaning
Yeah.
what good means, I would say that is not good.
But that's not my question. Is it absolutely evil or is it mostly evil? Like there's a time when it would be good. If you can't give me a time and explain when slaughtering an innocent little 3-year-old child for no reason would be a good thing, it has to be absolutely evil.
But
Right?
but
Would you
Diva,
agree?
hold on a second.
I'll
Diva,
give you
let me
another
hold on,
example
hold on,
then.
hold on,
Hold on,
Skeletor,
let's give an
Skeletor,
example.
hold on a second. Okay, so I think the
don't-
best example, Diva, okay? Let me see if I understand, okay? Here comes
Yeah.
God. Here comes God.
No, 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 no,
Hold
no,
on.
we're not mentioning.
No. Hold on. Hold on. Here
We're
comes
talking about
God. Hold on. Here
You
comes
don't change it
God.
all.
Hold on,
Who
Diva.
cares? Who
Here comes
cares? I'm
God.
not talking about Bane.
Here's come
Who
God.
cares? You're gonna
Upset.
switch on.
Upset. Okay?
Oh,
And he
God.
murders a
Oh, this is the red
3-year-old.
herring.
Hold
Here's your
on.
red herring.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
we're going to hold red herring. Okay, go ahead. Red
Diva,
herring. Go ahead.
Diva, you know
Go ahead.
exactly where I'm going, right?
No,
Your
I don't. You're
example.
trying to get
So,
off the
le-
question
so,
because you're caught.
so
You're
hold
caught.
on, hold on. I'm gonna answer your question. I just want to see if I understand correctly. So
Well, let me ask you.
if God comes
No, let me ask you.
and
Let me ask you.
he murders a
Let everybody else talk, man.
3-year-old in the great flood, are you telling me if that's evil?
Nope.
Yes, I think it's absolutely and completely evil. Yes, I agree with you.
Okay, well, it's different because God
Oh.
can give life. See,
No.
you don't-
Special
Diva,
pleading.
you're
Special
a,
pleading.
You let me
you
know when
know,
to talk. You let me know when to talk. Go ahead.
Diva, hold on a second. I'll let you talk.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are accommodating the God,
Nope.
but God just murder a 3-year-old. I agree
God
with
can't
you.
murder.
That is
God
evil.
can't murder. God can't murder.
No, that is your opinion, your point of view, because it's inconvenient. Because the God
No,
is
I'm
gonna
not-
be evil.
Go ahead. Make
God,
your point.
a God killing a 3-year-old for no good reason is absolutely and brutally evil.
That was not the question. That was not the question. The question was if a man were to rape and kidnap and murder a
Killing
3-year-old
a
and
three,
is
killing Tony, killing a 3-year-old doesn't matter who is evil. It is a
Is it
human
absolute?
or a
Yeah,
God.
you're moving
It's
the
evil.
goalpost now by adding the rape and kidnap
Yeah.
and all
It's
that.
not.
It was
It's not
just murder a
necessary.
second ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tony, hold on, guys. Hold on a
Because
second.
you-
Hold on a
You don't wanna
second,
let-
everybody. Please hold on a second. I'm gonna have to mute.
Let me-
Tony, hold on. Please try not to give extra examples, because we get it. I don't want to get banned or something on YouTube. I think we're risking it with using the word murder, but using the other words is probably
You know
I
what? I
get.
should say unalive. Say unalive. All right. let's go.
Yes,
All right.
I think that's better.
right, I'm
Unalive
sorry.
a kid, a 3-year-old
Make
kid.
your point.
If
Make
it's
your
a God
point
or a
over here, so I can
human,
listen to you.
it's evil. I
No,
just
make your point.
answer your question.
No, you didn't. But because you straw man my question.
Try it
You
again.
did. That's what you do. This
I'm
show is called
silent.
Red Herrings and Straw Mans. Can I tell you why?
No, ask me the question
And your
again.
argument.
No. I want to
dichotomies and
address
special pleading.
I
But go
want to
ahead.
address what you said about God, because it's apples and oranges. God cannot murder. God can kill or take life when he chooses, because he created life.
Unalive.
Okay.
Unalive.
And so when God decides to take a life, he knows
It's okay.
exactly where that life is going to be.
It's
so
okay.
only a human. Go, man. Go.
No, is
Go
that what
ahead,
you
man.
say?
Stop
That
me
is
if I-
okay?
Stop me from talking. Go ahead. Stop me from talking because you don't want me
Diva,
to say it.
is
Go
it
ahead, man.
okay?
What?
Is it okay for God to unalive a 3-year-old?
He's not unaliving. He's taking that life. He's not murdering.
That is
person.
your opinion.
Only a human being can murder.
Us
because a human being
humans
can
understand that when a kid no longer can open his eyes, he's unalive.
And where does he go?
I don't know, but that is called unaliving someone.
No. If there's a God, because you're putting God.
No,
into
you're
if there's
taking the
God,
focus somewhere else.
Hold on. No. I caught you. If your example is you're using God, right? You're using
Mhm.
God.
Mhm.
If God exists, then heaven exists, right?
It's called an internal critique, man.
No, but I'm
We're
saying
showing
is,
you the flaws of your logic.
No,
That was
okay,
your story.
okay, Diva, can you
It's
let me
something
say
in your
something about
story.
that? Okay,
God has
some
life
human.
whenever he wants.
Hold on, some
God has
human
the right-
comes and unalive a 3-year-old. And why did you do that? Because he was going to be with God.
No, is it good or evil?
Is it
It is
absolutely evil?
evil from a human or a God.
Well,
That
hey,
is not from a
it's
God. That
not.
is your opinion.
It's
What
not.
if a person believed that a god told them to unalive a 3-year-old?
Yes. Also,
Would that be good or evil? Because Otherwise, then you could say that the Twin Tower 9/11 thing was justified. It's just your faith-based claim that they have the wrong God.
Was that absolutely evil, or was that, or it was
I mean,
was that
it's neutral
absolutely
to the
evil?
fish, man. You keep giving me these false dichotomies, my friend.
You brought it up. Was 9/11 absolutely evil, or there was
No,
one way
no,
that
it
it's
wasn't
good?
absolutely evil.
It wasn't
You
absolutely
keep
evil.
forgetting about the jungle being neutral.
It wasn't absolutely evil.
No,
Then you
You have
gotta
a-
give me one reason why it's good.
I can give you a reason why it's neutral. I don't
That's
have
not
to
what
do
I asked.
anything. I can show you
I
that it's
said
not
good.
evil.
Why is it good that happened?
The
Give me the
law of
reason why it's
identity is
good.
A equals A, and anything that is not A is not A. I can show you that it is not evil to fish.
Aside,
If
aside
something,
9/11 was not
listen,
evil
hold on.
for fish.
listen, Skeletor. If Skeletor,
You
if
want
nothing,
me
if
in A
not,
or B,
how are you guys
but
gonna
it's-
learn?
I'm
when
fish
you-
saying it's not A.
Okay, let me ask you this. When is it?
I'm saying it's not A.
So I mean, we went to another suspect, but you got off it. So we're not talking about God. We're talking about objective morality with humans. Okay, so that's a different subject. You try to
No, we've been
straw
on
man.
that for a minute, man.
No, he
We've been on objective morality
brought
versus.
that when I had you cornered. I had you cornered and you didn't answer, and then he saved you. So I'm going to ask you
I
again.
answered you several times.
No, you didn't.
You just didn't like the fact that atheism
didn't.
does not equal not believing in the supernatural.
You didn't answer me. You didn't. Well, can we do it again? If you answer
I
me, can we do it
did.
again? No, then answer me again.
Also,
When is you
it's
didn't
an
answer me.
illogical question.
It's not, because it happens all the
You
time.
didn't ask,
It
you
happens all
didn't
the
ask a
time.
good question.
No,
You're not
so
asking a logical question. You're presenting
this
me with a
world-
fallacious option.
I
It's
know
not
what you're
always A.
you want to keep talking and not get to the answer because you're wrong. But go ahead, keep talking. Let me know when I can ask you the question again. Go ahead.
That's the problem. Is I keep showing you why you're wrong in your
You're not.
questions. Your
Not showing
premises
me
and your
why.
arguments are flawed, and you
Just
you
'cause you
keep
said-
saying that they're not.
Because
Okay,
because
I
hold,
keep
hold
telling
on.
you that you present a false dichotomy,
Skeletor, let's
and all
let's
you ever want to do is pretend like the world's black and white,
let's let
and
Diva
it's not.
ask.
There's
Let's
a
let
lot of
Diva.
things out there that you don't
s-
see.
Skeletor, let's let Diva ask the question. But Diva, can you make like a not a very long question? Because I want to
Yes.
hear your question clearly.
Yes. So right now in this world, are there times in reality somewhere, even 10 years ago, whatever, where an adult, unalived, a 3-year-old innocent child, has that ever happened in reality? Is that something that never happens, or is that something that has happened in reality? Yes or no?
That has happened in reality, yes.
Okay. My next question is, was that absolutely evil, or there is a time when it would be good? So it wouldn't be absolutely evil. It'd be evil most times, but there is a good. If there's no reason you can give me that it's a good thing, right? Would it have to be absolutely evil? If you can't give me one time when that would be good. So can you do that?
In this one time, I'm going to present you with a hypothetical, just like this 3-year-old situation, unalived, is a hypothetical from you.
Yes.
Since it didn't, we're not talking about something that actually a historical event happened. I have to. We're not
You just
talking
agreed-
about a
what?
literal cold case. No, listen to me. Listen for a
You're gonna
minute.
answer my
I will
question.
answer your question. Just
All right.
Okay,
I
you,
want you to
hold
will
on, Diva.
answer your
Diva, you
question, just
presented
shut up and
you presented your question hypothetically, and he's answering the hypothetical
All right.
question.
I'll let you know if you do. Go ahead.
It's not rocket
there
science.
are
You can't even say that
there's
killing
two
a
problems.
Let him talk.
Tony,
Let
to
him
the
talk.
type
let
of
me talk.
people
I
that were
already
living.
gave you
Hey,
several
Tony,
examples,
Tony,
and you just
let,
didn't
let,
like
let
it
him
because you
answer the
rejected
question.
the fact that since
These are
you
the
made
people
up the
that-
3-year-old, I'm
What
going to
you
make
did
up a
was-
scenario where it's justified. Okay?
What you did was
That's
gave
all
me
I'm trying to say.
examples. What you did was you
You
gave
don't have to.
Tony,
Can I say
Tony,
something?
come on. Hold on.
problem-
What you did was you gave me examples without answering my question. You didn't answer my question. You just went to your example. So go ahead.
I already said no. It's not absolutely evil.
So then tell me when it's good then. Because if it has to be good at least one time,
Okay.
if it's not absolutely evil. So give me
From
the
one point of view, it would be good to unalive a 3-year-old if
Yes.
you were on a boat with no food and everyone else was starving and they had to eat the kid. How about that from a point of view? I'm not saying I hold that point of view, but others have in the past.
But is that
Excuse
is
me.
So
that
there is another
is that good?
example where the
That's
trolley
cool.
problem is solved in a way that most people might not like,
Is
but
that still
it's
good?
solved.
No, that's an option, but is that still a good? Is that good?
Well, it depends. Like if it saved 5 people,
Could
it
he
depends
caught
on if you
fish?
believe
Could he
in
have,
utilitarianism
did he
or
did he
as,
have
like
to?
I said,
No. It's not
it
good.
would be
Is it?
good
Is that
for
good?
those 5 people. Would it be good for 5 people to live or for 6 people to die?
So you think that makes it okay to unalive a 3-year-old innocent toddler? That would make it
I'm
good.
saying that that's an example of
That's
where it
good.
could be.
Definitely move the goalpost, bro. You move the goalpost in one way, bro. You're changing the whole
Dude,
dynamic of something different.
no. This is what's happening is you're coming up with a hypothetical question that I
It's
have
not
no choice but to
hypothetical.
answer with the
It's not
hypothetical
hypothetical.
answer.
You
It's
can
not
actually
hypothetical.
Yes, it is.
No, it
tell the
happens all
truth.
the
You're not
time.
asking me about a specific
It
case.
happens all the time.
So
It happens in
I'm
reality.
giving the answer.
You
So I'm
can't even
saying
tell the
you,
truth.
That
Actually,
happened in reality where people eat the young to
You can-
survive.
Skeletor,
That has
Skeletor,
happened.
Skeletor, you
person-
already agreed that it happens in reality. It happens in reality, so it's not hypothetical. It happens in reality, so it's real.
And
So
so
what are you
has
talking about
mine.
hypothetical?
I think
People
Like I said,
have
I
I
mean,
think
their
Skeletor.
children, they
I
didn't
think
starve,
I,
so
I
the
think
rest of the family
Skeletor.
did not starve.
I think Skeletor is presenting a scenario where someone could define unaliving a 3-year-old as something good.
but would that be good, or are you just doing what you have to do
What he,
because
I
you have
think
to? Would
I
it be
think what
good?
he's trying
Would it be good?
I think what he's trying to tell you is that evil is like person
Perspective.
defined. It's not
It's
a,
not
a
absolute.
universal definition. That's why I told you the other day when you told me the same thing. I told you I don't go by those labels.
Okay.
Yeah, if
let
you
me
were
ask
on
you
that
this.
boat, you would think it's good.
Let me ask you another question. Okay, let me ask you another question because I don't believe you, but I'm gonna try to get the real answer. Is it evil? Is it absolutely evil, or give me a good time? Okay, give me a say. Oh, that's when it's good. Okay, you kind of try to, but it's not really good.
Hold on. No. Wait. 1 second. Before you start asking me another question, remember I said there were 2 things wrong with your question. One was that I had to prevent a hypothetical scenario to answer the question, which y'all didn't like, but whatever. The second thing was that it's a false dichotomy because I don't need to prove that it's good. I just need to prove that it's not evil. You're saying it's absolutely always evil, and I say, no, it's not evil. That doesn't mean I have to prove it's good. I can prove it's neutral.
If it's not good at all, if something
be
is not, I'm gonna
neutral.
give you the next question. If so,
False
okay, so
dichotomy.
neutral. Oh,
Get it
neutral.
through your
Okay, I
head
got
that
you.
it can be
Neutral.
neutral.
I got
It doesn't
you.
have to be
I
good
got you.
or evil. It can also be neutral.
Thank you, because I'm gonna ask you the question with neutral and good and evil. Okay, now listen to this. A young man, okay, he can't help it because his chemicals make him do it, because he's not choosing to do this evil because the chemicals make him do it, so it's not his fault. This gentleman goes around and he sexually assaults women on the daily, on night, every night. He goes into their houses, he does this. He goes into another house, he does this. He's hitting all these victims, right? Is that absolutely evil? Is that good, or is it neutral? Which one are you picking? Is it absolutely evil? Is it neutral, or is it good? If you can give me one instance why it's good. This person is sexually assaulting women nonstop every day because his chemicals make him, he has a high testosterone level. He can't help it. He doesn't have free will, according to you. So his chemicals make him do this. And so every day he's sexually assaulting different people every day, every week, every month, and he's not getting caught. Is that absolutely evil? Is that good at any point? And is it neutral? Please, your answer.
My answer is that it is not absolutely evil,
So
which
it's
I'm
neutral.
not saying that it's absolutely good.
No,
What
I
I'm
didn't say that.
saying is, did you know that there's
that
no
neutral?
such thing as consensual sex for sharks?
Right. Sharks are not
Sharks
human
don't have consensual sex.
because they
But
don't have
from
soul.
the shark's perspective,
You're right. You're right.
from the
That's
shark
right.
point of view, like
That's right.
it's called
They're not-
empathy, man. Like you got to put yourself in the scenario of the shark. Like, pretend you're a
if-
shark for 5 seconds.
If there's no
Is
God,
anything that goes on land
If
relevant
there's
to
no-
you except for the people eating fish?
if there's no God, we are just like the shark and the buck and the deer and the rooster. If there's no God, we're the same.
I
We're just
agree.
animals. Okay, so then tell me what that would be neutral. That you would be like, that's okay that he's sexually assaulting people nonstop.
No, I
That's fine.
wouldn't.
So you would say that that's
I
neutral.
would not. I would stop that person as fast as possible.
Why? If
Now
it's
let me
neutral-
ask you this.
But hold on. Let me respond. If it's neutral,
It's-
why would you?
It's neutral from the shark's point of view.
No, I'm not talking about the
So
shark.
it's
I'm
not
talking about the human
absolutely
being.
evil to
The
everyone all the
human
time.
being. Human being. Why would you lock that person up if it's neutral and it doesn't matter? It's not good. It's not bad. It's neutral. Why would you lock them up?
Because
if it's
I am
neutral,
a human being.
right. And so
Because
it's
I am a
neutral, you
human
said.
being.
You said it's neutral, so it's not good or
It's
bad.
neutral to the universe. It's
No, I'm
neutral
talking
to the universe. You keep
talking about
saying it's
to you.
absolute,
To you,
and
is it?
then you want to hold it to human standards.
But
Listen,
no, hold
But
on, guys.
giving me
Guys,
universal
hold on a
standards
second.
and
Diva,
human
It's a
standards
choice.
at the same
Hold on,
time.
let
hold
me
on,
ask the
hold on,
question.
hold on,
Let me
hold
ask-
on,
give me
hold
30
on,
seconds.
hold on, Diva.
Give me 30
Allow me to talk, please. I'm being quiet
Well,
for a
he's
very
running
long
a second.
time.
He's running. Let me
Uh,
ask. Give me
Diva,
30 seconds.
what? I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. But I have just one question. If you want to answer, please. What are you trying to get to about accepting about absolute evil and absolute goodness? Do you think that these are assigned by God or what? What are you trying to get to?
That proves that if there's absolute evil, that we're not deciding what's evil. That it's absolutely evil, no matter what happens, has to depend on a God who made it evil. Because we're just different human beings. I can say that's good. I can say that's evil, and it's nothing absolutely evil because it's our opinion. There has to be a mind prior to the human mind that defines what is absolutely evil, what is absolutely good. If there is no God, nothing is absolutely evil, nothing is absolutely good. It's just relatively good, relatively evil from our opinions.
So
that
if
make
you talk
sense?
if you talk to me for 3 hours, and you cannot get me to say the word evil, what does that mean?
Well, you're just choosing not to say the word, but you can answer the question.
But that does mean that
So
the
you want to answer
God.
the question? You want to answer his question? Maybe
No,
you'll give a better.
hold on. You talking to me for hours.
The answer your
You get,
script wants you to give.
hold on,
No, I want you
please.
to give me
Hey
the honest
guys,
answer, not
allow me
hiding behind the
to
answer.
talk for one moment, please. If you don't,
fine.
you cannot get me to for 5 hours to say the word evil. You try your best, and I don't want to participate in that.
Sure.
How are you gonna get to your point?
That's fine.
I am not cooperating in your definitions.
Well, what would you call something that? Because you like to use the word better, like the world should be better, right? You say that,
Yes.
right? So the opposite of better to the worst case scenario, right? Which would be the worst situation you could imagine, right? How do you define what that is? If you don't say evil, what is that?
I can give you an example. If I
No,
see
what do you
some,
call it?
but
what do you call it?
what do you call what? I'm sorry. Ask a question. Ask a question again.
You talk about how Chulung would make everything better. Like you want a better world, right? You
No,
want
no,
things
no,
better.
not Shulung. Myself, not Shulung.
Yeah, okay. You want things better, which means things aren't how they should be. They should be better in a positive direction. So
Yes.
if things are in the other direction, it's the worst possibility than getting better, right? Well, how
Yeah.
would you describe that? The thing that you want better actually being the worst possible thing happening. How would you describe that?
The things that are not beneficial for us, the least beneficial.
So the things that hurt us the most.
Yes, and I'm not using the word evil.
What would you call it then?
It's things that are not helping us to go forward in life, things that are hurting us, things that are not beneficial to achieve our goals. If I
So
see
it's not
someone,
evil or
if I
bad.
see someone that is gonna hurt, I'm gonna try to unalive a 3-year-old, I'm gonna feel something awful in my chest at that moment, and that is gonna take me to take action against that person to stop it, without a God.
Right, but see, what you guys don't understand is you're borrowing from my worldview to make that
That's
decision.
your opinion.
Well, how do you have absolute yes?
I
How do
disagree.
you have absolute morality without a
If
God?
you saw a shark eat a 3-year-old fish, you wouldn't care at all.
Hold on.
Right. You're right.
Repeat that question
As a-
again, Diva.
I don't even remember what I said.
You said
I said absolute evil and absolute good. If I can prove that there is some things that are absolute good, absolute evil, where no matter if everyone says slaughtering, unaliving a 3-year-old is good, I don't care if the whole world says it, you would still know that it's wrong. No matter if the government says it, no matter if the population says it,
You're
it doesn't
limiting
matter.
yourself to humans. You have a human bias. Like I said, it's irrelevant to sharks what us humans do on the land.
Bro, you're bringing animals and stuff, bro.
I never.
And it's just like I said, you wouldn't care if a shark ate a 3-year-old fish.
because
You wouldn't care because you're not human. So it's not objectively evil for all
Right.
things, all people, all the time.
No, because it's not objectively evil
And I
because
use the word people there colloquially.
it's not
I mean,
absolutely
animals.
evil.
We are animals. We are animals.
Then it's
We
not
are
absolutely evil. Then it's not absolutely evil if we're just animals. Why is it absolutely evil
Exactly.
if we're just animals?
Not
you
I
said it
just
was.
said that.
You said it was absolutely evil. You said that.
No, I didn't.
Watch, I'll prove it. I'll prove it. Absolutely evil is something that you would know. Neutral means it's not really evil, it's not really good, it's just in the middle. Good is something that's positive. You said you would try to stop that person, and I said, why? If it's just neutral,
disagree with
it's
your
not good or bad.
definitions. I disagree
Right?
with your previous definitions.
If something is neutral, it's neither
Absolutely
good or
evil
bad,
is not
right?
just something you know.
If,
and
if
besides,
something is neu- if something is
I don't-
neutral, it's not either good or bad, right?
Well, I don't have an example of anybody that hasn't been culturalized with other people from the time they were born to
not the
socialize with other humans. We learn how to act on the playground and we act differently in front of our parents.
What I'm saying is, you said that you would go after this person that was doing this abuse to the women, right? And I said, why? And I said, so is that absolutely evil? And you said, no, it's neutral. And I said, if it's neutral,
It
it's
can
not
be
evil,
neutral
it's not
from
good.
some points of view, is
What I'm
what
saying
my
is,
point was. I
if
said
it's
it,
not-
I care because I am human, but from other points of view, like the sharks, it doesn't matter.
Oh my goodness,
It's neutral.
bro. God's
That was the
whole
point.
thing
I'm
is-
sorry if I miscommunicated that earlier, but that's my point, is that it's not from all people all the time, from everybody's perspective. That makes it not an absolute evil.
Human beings, according to the God worldview, human beings are created in the image of God. We are created with innate value.
Why aren't we invisible?
Animals don't have innate value. They don't have
Yes, they do.
souls. No, they don't have innate value.
Man,
You just said
have you ever seen those vegans arguing
arguing?
over that, man?
No, you won't answer the question because
You're not asking a question that makes sense.
I asked you a question and you went to sharks. That has nothing to do. I never said a shark has innate value. I never said a shark is created in God's image.
I did.
But you just said there's
What if-
no issue with shark being.
Do you think aliens exist somewhere out there, man? Do aliens have a
Human-
soul?
Do humans have a value more than sharks?
From my point of view, but from nature's point of view, not necessarily.
I'm asking you. Do you
And not
believe that?
objectively.
You did
not
not make
objectively. So again,
I
if the
think
shark-
I am from my point of view, yes.
I'm going to show
But
you
that's
that
not
you're
an
lying.
objective answer.
If you listen to me, I'm going to show you're lying. If a shark was to sexually abuse multiple sharks, you wouldn't try to lock them up or kill them, right? You wouldn't care, right?
Correct.
It would be neutral.
That
It'd be
happens
neutral.
all the time.
But right, it'd be neutral,
It's
right?
neutral
It wouldn't
to
be
me.
good.
Yes.
It wouldn't be bad. It'd be neutral. Yes or no?
It would be neutral. What the shark does is neutral to me for the most part.
Thank you. Now we move it to the humans. If this dude was doing this to many beautiful young innocent ladies, nonstop, you said you would want to put that.
Can he also do
you
it
said
to just one ugly one?
Let me get to my point. Let me land. You would said you would want to put that person away if you had the chance, right? You would put that person away, right? You said that.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if it's neutral, like the shark, like it's not evil and it's not good, it's just neutral. Why would you want to put them away?
It is not neutral from my point of view.
It's absolutely evil.
No, it's not absolutely evil. It's relatively evil from my point of view.
No. If it's relatively
Yes,
evil,
yes.
if it's
Hey,
relatively
Because I'm a human, I feel that it's relative.
Hold on,
that
I'm gonna
it's
prove you wrong. I just caught you. If it's relatively
No,
evil,
I just
that means
taught you, man. You don't even
didn't, 'cause
realize
I'm gonna.
you just justified me.
No, no.
Diva,
If
he's
it's,
Using the shark example that you
Tony
just
knows.
gave.
Tony knows what I'm gonna do, and you're stopping me, yo. Tony knows I'm gonna nail you with this, and that's why you're blocking me right now. You say it's relative. You say it's
Your premises are flawed, and you should feel bad about that. Like I said, you keep giving me all these false
You're talking
dichotomies.
over me. You're switching it because you know you have
You're
no
trying to
answer.
talk over me, man, and you keep giving me the same question, and I keep giving you multiple answers, and you just don't want to hear it because
And then
it doesn't fit your script.
one mic. Go ahead, Diva.
If it's relatively evil, which means it's not absolutely evil, why would you try to put that person away? Why can't you say it's neutral? And why can't you say at one time it's good? If it's not, if
I'll
you
tell you
can't give me-
this. If
Please
this is
tell me.
going on in Australia, I don't care about it.
You wouldn't care.
I mean, I kind of care in the general sense, but what am I going to do in Australia? Yeah, I'm not in Australia. So how much care do I have? It happens all the time in Africa too.
So if
I care in a general sense, but I'm not out there moving to go and form a posse to try to kill everybody who's doing it.
Do you think that
I'm trying
person?
to live my own life, so it's relative. If it were happening right here in my community, and one of my nephews or nieces was a victim, yeah, then I would be out there on the street.
Why?
So you see, it's relative, my friend. It's relative to my position in the community and the sphere of influences.
It's
And
not
I'm still
absolutely
talking,
evil.
so
Right?
you say
It's
I'm trying to
relative.
talk over you.
Hold
I
on.
never.
Go ahead, keep talking, because you know the more you talk, I can't catch you. But go ahead.
Explain to you how it's relative, and you keep getting defensive about it not being relative. But I keep giving you examples of how it can be taken from another point of view.
What is
that
relative?
it's always evil.
What does relative mean?
It means that it's kind of flexible from your position.
So according to your point of view, you can hate and want this person taken away if he did this to your family members. But from his point of view, he had a good time and his chemicals were relieved and he enjoyed it. So he's not absolutely wrong and you're not absolutely right, right? It's relative.
We live in society, so it would take multiple people to determine how we want to treat each other.
So
we come to an agreement and we form laws.
So if everyone agreed, if everyone agreed that what he did to your
one person
one at a time, guys. One at a time.
If everybody agreed that what he did to your family member was good, you two are the only ones that disagreed. It would be good then, because if everyone agreed, it'd be good.
No, not necessarily. Everybody can be wrong, but we live in a society. I do not believe that legality equals morality.
So would it be absolutely
evil? We do live in a society and I follow laws.
Would it be good? Would it be good if everyone thought it was good and you thought it was evil? It wouldn't be absolutely evil. It'd be good.
From my point of view, apparently, I don't understand your question. Now, it's not making any sense. You're saying everybody in society is saying it's good. Then
like
that's
abortion.
just,
like abortion.
You're accusing me earlier of using your worldview, and now you're using my worldview. Stick to your worldview, buddy. Ask me questions coming from your worldview.
No, you don't believe in my worldview.
Diva, let me ask you. Hold on, let me ask you something, Diva.
Worldview is bankrupt.
Diva, there's something.
You don't even believe in absolute good and evil either. You believe in
if you allow me
God's
to speak.
Of course I do. Wrong.
Diva,
I have a standard.
Diva, there's something that I don't understand. Guys, hold on a second. Hold on a second, please. Diva, there's something that I don't quite understand from your questions. Are you trying to get to the point that absolute evil comes from God? Is that what you're saying?
It has to. Otherwise, it's not.
No, I'm sorry. Did you say yes?
Clearwaters. You guys wouldn't even between good and
Diva,
evil.
Diva. Could you please be kind enough to answer the question?
Good and evil are the same. If something's good, it's
Diva,
evil. If it's evil,
Diva.
There's no. Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand your question. Are you saying that there's absolute evil?
If something is absolutely evil, there has to be a God, because there has to be a standard or God prior to the human mind. Because if there's no mind prior to the human mind, it's the human mind that decides what's good and evil, right?
Okay, so
You
let me see.
agree?
Okay, thank you. So let me see if I understand.
Okay.
So there's
Yeah.
absolute evil.
Yes.
By definition, taking God in consideration, right?
What do you mean by that, Clearwater?
Diva,
What are
do you understand my question, or
like-
should I rephrase it?
Tony
God-
can answer because he knows what I'm
No,
saying.
Diva, hold on, guys, hold on. Just
God is not-
if my question is hard to understand, I will rephrase it.
Tony, let him talk, and then you can take over. Let him talk. It's fine.
If my question confusing, should I rephrase it?
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Are
no,
you
I
saying
answered it, but go ahead.
that absolute evil demonstrate that there has to be a God?
Yes.
Where this absolute evil comes from?
Absolute evil is morality. So for something to be absolutely evil, that means there's no way it could ever be good or neutral.
But
no matter what.
So
Even
we
if
are
you do
capable.
it,
We're capable of doing absolute evil acts.
Right. The
So
absolute evil
we're
is
able.
is
We're
like-
able. This is if
Listen,
I
I'm gonna give you an
understand.
example. Let me give
So
you an
hold on.
example. Let me give you an example.
Diva, hold
Okay.
on. I'm trying to understand. I'm just asking you very
right.
short questions, okay? So there's
Yeah.
absolute evil. We can do absolute evil.
You have free will.
Okay, so there's things that we can do. Where these things come from?
Your free will to choose to do evil. You don't.
In
you
order
have a
for
choice
us,
to do
in
good
order
or
for
do
us,
evil.
correct me if I'm wrong, but in order for us to be able to do something, doesn't it have to be created first? Or are we creators also? Because
So
now this is it sounds to me that free will is not about free will from creating, but from choosing.
You can create a plan to go do this act. Yeah, sure.
No,
I mean, either
no.
way, you're choosing to do the act.
But
You're choosing to-
even the
Clearwater.
conditions to do something evil are there, right? What I'm trying to get, Diva, is that it seems to me that God knows very well what evil is,
right.
and He created the conditions for this to happen.
Conditions. Yes.
Yes, for this to
Conditions
happen,
allow
right.
it. Yes. But there's a reason for that.
How does
There's a
God
reason for that.
know what evil is when He is all loving?
So
God
what
is all
evil,
knowing. God
what
is all
evil is,
This question is
God
for
is all-
Diva.
what evil is the opposite of God's nature. So God is eternal, which means good is eternal.
So He didn't
Good
create
didn't-
evil.
God can't do evil. God's nature is good, and God is eternal.
But
So
okay,
good-
but wait. God created the conditions for us to be able to do evil.
Yes. Yes.
How does He know what the conditions are in order to have absolute evilness?
Because He's given us a free will.
Where
That's
did
why.
He get this knowledge about evil if when He's all loving?
I don't get the question, brother.
I think you do get the question.
It doesn't make no sense.
It's also a little heresy that because you haven't obviously read Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create the darkness. I make peace and create evil. I am the Lord
Calamity.
that doeth all
Calamity.
these things.
It's a bad translation. It's calamity. And what he means is he creates calamity against evil. He creates calamity for people that do evil. The word is not evil. That's a bad translation.
Diva,
It's calamity.
there's something that
Calamity.
sounds contradictory there, because God is all loving, but He has very good knowledge about evil.
He knows
now
what we're going to do. He knows what evil we're going to do. That's it. God is
Okay,
not evil.
but
God
He
is never
created
be-
the conditions for us to be able to be
He
evil.
did.
Can I
You know
say-
why? Do you know
Can I
why?
say
Hey, do you believe in absolute calamity?
Can I say something? God's is so advanced in His intellectual and his knowing is all knowing. You can't put a limit, or you can't put some type of cap space on. Oh, God knows this much, and He knows everything, and there's not going to be any type of way to figure Him out, because He knows before it happens, and He's so advanced. There's just no way.
So
That's
He
not
knows
what we're
evil.
talking about.
No, but I'm
We're
just saying
talking
some
about God created everything. God created the light and the darkness. He didn't just.
So
He
God
created
created evilness.
So now you guys are admitting that there is evil.
Yeah, sure. God created evil.
From our point of view, yes, the evil exists, but not absolutely.
All right, now you're moving the goalposts again. First, you guys are saying yes, there is
No, I'm not.
evil.
I've been right here the whole time, baby.
All you gotta do is just turn on this up.
Yeah, and you're the first American I know who thought that 9/11 wasn't pure evil. That was just a fun fact.
But Diva,
Anyway,
It wasn't good.
Diva,
It
you
wasn't
there?
good. It
Well,
was
the Bible is the only book I know that talks about horse.
Hey, guys,
So-
Diva, if God is all loving, how is it possible for him to create evilness?
Can I explain?
Sure.
First of all, that's a false dichotomy. He never created evil. Just so you know right there. You
So
started
where
with the
evils
wrong
come
question.
from?
I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna. If you guys
Calamity
Go
want
ahead.
to learn,
No, no,
if you wanna learn,
let him
if you
answer.
want to learn, let me
Skeletor,
say
let
it.
him
You
answer.
don't
Go ahead,
want
Diva.
to learn either, man. You're moving the goalpost on what evil is, and calamity is something that is bad from a point of view.
Do you
So
think
it's my
evil?
definition of
Do you
evil.
think
I don't
evil
think it's absolute.
people? Do you think evil people deserve to have calamity against them if they're evil and they hurt people? Do you
You don't
agree
think
God
I'd
should
rather
judge them?
reform them.
I
I would
question,
rather
do you think
reform
evil
them.
is a choice? Do you think evil is a choice?
I don't.
Or is it
It
chemicals?
depends on your definition of evil, man. I don't
Is it
think it's the
chemicals?
devils. I don't believe in any devils. I
Is it
think it's the point of
chemicals?
view.
I
I
have to
think
ask you,
people have.
Hey,
I
is
think
evil
people
a
guys,
and
we
then
are
people
talking
decide.
over each
I say-
other, and I don't think we're doing anything of
trying to answer two
value if
different
we
people's
keep talking
questions.
over each other. What I'm trying to get at, or try to understand, if we're talking
I
about
couldn't even answer
evilness,
them.
how is
Yeah, I
it
couldn't even answer
possible
you,
for
Javier.
us to have evilness in the world without God creating it?
I was going to
Is
answer,
evil-
but everyone jumped in.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Diva.
I got a question. Is evil a choice?
No. Wait a second, Tony. I'm asking a question, and you're gonna answer by asking a
ahead.
question. Diva, that question is for you, my friend.
All right. I just want him to get his word in. That's all. What Tony's going to want to ask
If
you
Tony
is it free will
Tony
or
can talk if he's gonna answer the question, but he's asking me a question back.
No, he's
You didn't-
asking Skeletor.
But
I
I'm
was
asking
asking-
my friend. I'm asking a
he's
question.
saying- Okay, but I'm going to put the question I think he's asking, and then I'll tell you. I think he's saying, is evil, to do evil, is that a choice, or is it your chemicals that make you do it? That's what he's kind of, I think, trying to say. But here's
Correct.
this
I
is why
don't
evil
know if
exists.
we have free will or not. That is my answer. I don't know.
You don't know. Well, that's a cop-out. What could it be besides that? Chemicals or your free will? What could it be? Give me the third option. Well, what makes
My
more sense?
option is I don't know. It could
Right, but
be
what
either
makes more
one,
sense?
but I have no reason to believe either, so I'm not deciding.
If it's not either, then what is it? Like, give me the
Somebody-
third option.
My third option is to wait to make the decision until I have a reason.
So you don't
I
believe
don't
in
know if
free
we have free will. Do you?
I
I'm
do know we have
agnostic
free
to the
will.
position of if we have free will or not.
Right, but you
I
so you
don't
don't
know.
know. You don't know if we have free will, and then if we're just chemicals, because we don't have choices, we're just chemical reactions, right? The shark,
And
the
a
lion,
product of our environment.
sure, right, influence, right? We're just chemicals and all that. Then it's either the chemicals inside us make us do it, or we choose to do it. What other third option could there be besides that? There is none, right?
No, the thing is, like, I have no reason to believe that it's all chemicals, or I have no reason to believe that we make a decision free of those chemicals.
But you're dodging it because it has to be either one, because you're not giving me a third option.
You're right, it does have to be either one, but hey, tell me if the number of blades of grass is odd or even on the whole earth. Is it odd or even?
Come on, man.
Is it odd or
Come
even?
on,
And you
No,
already-
answer my question.
I'm
Is the
gonna-
number of blades of grass odd or even?
Let me ask you. No, that's fine. All right, well, let me answer Javier. Javier, I want to answer you on your question. First of all, I want to ask you this, Javier. You
Mhm.
said you don't believe in absolute evil, right? You said you don't believe in that.
I don't talk like that.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Did you think what the Nazis did in the Holocaust was that absolutely evil, or that was just not good for society?
That was not in benefit of society.
but it wasn't evil. It was just neutral. It wasn't good or bad. It was just, it's not.
It was
It's
not
nothing.
beneficial for society, for the world. It was not.
So those people losing their life, it's not bad.
It's not beneficial for humanity.
So there's no good or bad. Okay. If the Nazis had won World War II and took over the world, and doing that to the Jewish people would be considered a good thing because they're in charge of the world now, would it be good now, or it still would be not beneficial? Which one would it be if they took
I
over
don't
the
think
world?
it will be beneficial for humanity to be killing people just because you
But they took
disagree
over
with
the
them.
world. They took over the world. You
Yeah,
can't- that's the popular-
he can
Yeah.
take the whole entire world and start killing people. It's not gonna do anything good for humanity.
And you would tell them, and you would try to stop them.
Of course.
Why? They're just
Because-
chemicals that are just choosing to do it.
Because
Why would you stop them?
I'm thinking in my head, they're gonna come to my country, they're gonna kill friends, family, co-workers, and I don't want that. And that feels bad to me. So I think I'm
Bad?
gonna take action in the direction of trying to stop them.
But if
I
they took
never,
over the
I never,
world, and
I
it
never
was now-
used the.
if they-
I'm sorry, Diva. I never used the word
if they-
evil.
Okay, so if they took over the world, and
Can I
this is
say
the rule
something?
now, would it be absolutely bad, or just a little bad and a little good, a little neutral? Which
If
one would
they
it be?
take
Your point
over
of
the
view is not
entire,
that
if they
there's
take the
absolute
entire Skeletor, hold
evil
on,
or
hold
good.
on, hold on. If they take the
Okay,
whole entire
me get next.
world, for me, it will not be of benefit for humanity.
But would you say that that's absolutely bad, or just bad from your opinion?
I don't talk like that, my friend.
Let me jump in right here, please.
Go ahead.
Because I want to say that your position, you claim it is absolute evil and absolute good, but it is not. It is might makes right. You are an advocate for God because he is powerful and can create things that he gets to make all the rules. It is God's subjective opinion that you objectively abide. You believe in might makes right. God is mighty, therefore he is right. So if Nazis took over the world, they would be right because according to your worldview, because they would have the
according to
power.
your worldview. According to your worldview, my worldview, I could say that's absolutely evil because there's a God who said that that's absolutely evil. Not my opinion.
God
Not
changes his
everyone in
mind
the
all
world.
time.
From
God
your opinion,
told,
from your
God
opinion,
told
you
the
gotta say
Israelites
that's
to
neutral.
slaughter
That's neutral.
the-
That's neutral. That's your opinion, not mine. You're stealing from my opinion. You're my worldview. What
You don't
when-
understand my opinion.
You don't
can't
understand.
Articulate my opinion back, obviously. If you think
You're
that it's
telling me that
neutral,
I would
it's
say it's not
from a
absolutely
certain
evil when
point
that's
of
my
view.
worldview. That's my worldview.
But saying
You're-
no, it
absolutely,
isn't, because if God commands you to unalive a 3-year-old, you would do it. If God ordered you to fly into a building, you would do it because it's good, because God told you to do it. I'm not saying it's good. You have no other reason to fault these 9/11 people except for your faith-based claim that they're praying to the wrong God.
Okay, Javier,
You
I want
can't
to tell you
prove
why
any-
evil exists. I want to tell you why
I gotta-
evil exists.
And on that note, I gotta go. My dinner's ready. Y'all be good.
Thank you,
All right, man.
Skeletor. Thank
All
you.
right, man. Good talking. Good talking with you. Yo, there's a fox out there.
Yeah, I appreciate the conversation.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you for
man.
stopping
Hope
by.
you learned something. All right, man.
Good and evil.
Diva,
Man,
you were gonna ask me?
I couldn't get a straight answer, and he was dodging everything, man. That was
Diva,
crazy.
Diva, let me ask you something. How does it feel to you? Imagine God giving you a instruction to convert everybody on earth, to convince them that he's real. You cannot convince 2 people to do it. Not because we don't want to, because what you're saying for us, at least for me, apparently from Skeletor, doesn't make sense. And we're not trying to be negative or we're upset with any God.
What I'm saying is, when you can't answer the bare facts, and and if he says something, then when I say something that comes out with what he says, it makes no sense. He's like, no, I wouldn't do that. So he kept on moving the goalposts and then not answering me. And that's fine. You guys have every right to do that, but it's not honest. And it's because his worldview is garbage. It makes no sense. He can't back it up.
I
Can't
think
back
that,
it up.
Yeah, I think what he was trying to do, probably he was doing it in a different way from what I was doing, because you were asking me these questions from the point of view of good and bad and evil. and my answers didn't include those words. And I was answering your questions. I was just not answering it in the way using the words that you want me to use.
Let me ask you this, because he wouldn't answer. He said, I don't know, even though it's only two choices.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree that if God exists, we would have free will and we would choose? Or if there is no God, we're just chemicals. We're just, in a sense, bigger, smarter animals, right? Would you say that we have a choice or free will if we're just matter and energy? Would you agree to that?
Diva, I would
We're
say
not
probably the same thing. I do not know because you're presenting two only options. Like if you
Well, tell
knew, hold on, I'm answering. You're presenting
not
two
answering.
different opposite options. Like if you knew that there were only two options, how do you know that? He asked you the same question I'm asking you. How do you know that?
Then give me the third option.
No. I ask you a question.
No, there's only two options. That's what I'm
How
trying
do
to tell
you know that?
But give me the third.
How
Because
did
you're not giving me a third.
Diva,
Give me the third option.
Diva, how do you know that there are only two
How-
options?
Because I don't know any other option, and you ain't giving me no other third option, and he didn't give me no third option. Chemicals or your free will choice? Which
I
one?
think he gave you. Okay, say that again.
He didn't know.
Chemicals or
You
what?
see, he claimed he didn't know.
When you make a choice, right?
Mhm.
You're either choosing of your free will to do it or not do it, or the chemicals. If you don't have a soul and you're just a ape that's highly evolved, because there's no soul, we're just meat and eyes, right? You're just body and your chemicals, and that's it. You're not a person. You're not a soul. You're not a spirit. You're not. You don't have free will. You would just be chemicals. And if your chemicals make you do this, you do that. If your chemicals make you not do that, you don't do that. What's a third option if it's not you're just chemicals doing it, or you choose with a free will? What's the other option?
In
And
order
if there
to
is
answer,
no other option,
in order
which
to
one would you pick?
in order
Yeah.
to answer your question, I must understand it. I want to make sure that I understand it. It's either
Okay.
God or chemicals. Is that what it is?
It's either it's atheism, no God, or God. Yeah,
No.
No.
Using your own words, it's just God or chemicals.
or no God, Right, chemicals. Chemicals
Yeah.
would be no God. Right.
In my point of view, it could be one God, two gods, a civilizations of gods.
That's not the. I get it. That's not the issue.
It
It's
could
God
be
or no God.
it could
It's not
it could
3,
be
4,
an
5
it could
God.
be it could be an alien. We could come up from a laboratory of aliens.
Sure.
Why are you using the
Clearwater,
word God?
You're trying your hardest not to
What-
say that Diva
That's
is
okay.
right.
No,
You're
it's
No,
okay.
no.
I got him. Is
Hey
it a
guys, hold on a
creator?
second. Hold on
A
a second.
creator?
Hold on a second.
You're
Hold on.
being
Hold on a
Clearwater.
second.
You're being
Hold on a second.
and I can tell that you're
Hold on a
running
second.
around the.
I'm honestly, Tony, hold
Right.
on, my friend. Hold on a second. I'm trying to honestly understand the questions. That's why I ask you to clarify, to make sure that I understand it and to answer it as honestly
Let
as
me-
possible. But
Okay,
when
let
you
me clarify.
present a question that there are only two options, you're presenting
How
a
much-
you guys,
Let
but
me say-
it's just gonna be
Let-
a
Let me
conversation. Come on.
clarify it. You don't like the word God. Let me clarify it. An all-powerful
It's
creator who made
Diva,
us.
hold on. It's not, I didn't say I don't like the word God. You're presenting these
fine.
two options like if you knew that there are only two options. But go ahead,
But you
clarify.
just give me a third.
I just gave you a third one. I just gave you I gave you a third, a fourth, a fifth.
You didn't. So let me ask you
Yes,
again.
I told you it
creator-
could be two gods, it could be a couple of gods, maybe a male and a female god. Maybe it's
That's
not even gods, maybe some aliens that they're doing
That's
an
fine.
experiment and
So let me-
created us.
That's why I said not God. Let me ask you the question. So either we're created for a purpose, right?
Mhm.
Or we're an accident. There's no God at all, right? I don't care if it's God, aliens, whatever. We're either created, right? Or we're just evolved and we're sludge.
How
And
do you
somehow
know?
we're
How
here
do
with
you know
this-
that we were created?
So give me the third option then.
No,
That's
no,
what I'm saying. Give me the third option.
Diva. Come on. How do you know that we were created?
We weren't, then obviously we'd only be chemicals, right? We wouldn't have a free will.
Diva,
We wouldn't have a
you know,
spirit.
I'm not. I right now coming to the conclusion that I'm not going to have with you a conversation about this because it seems to me, okay, honestly, you are stuck in the idea that whatever explains life has to align with the idea of the loving God. Thus, just
No.
no. Hold on
Didn't
a
say
second.
that.
Hold on a second. I'll let you
I didn't
speak.
say
I'll let you speak.
that.
It seems to
Didn't say
me that trying to honestly understand your questions and trying to explain to you when you present questions on your own terms on how one has to answer the questions based on your knowledge about how you're trying to explain life is trying to follow like your game. But I answered the question, but when I want to expand, you don't accept the expansion because you're limited to either God or no God, because this is the information that you got. It felt good and you took action on it. And whatever goes besides what you think and feel, you will not accept.
So how give me another example of us being created by something else bigger than us, or we just happened by accident and we turned into this, which would mean we're just chemicals, we're not a soul. Because to have a soul or a free will personhood, we would need a creator of whatever it is. Does that make sense? Or no?
That is your view and your opinion.
Then explain me
respect it.
why. Explain why.
Okay, I'm
wrong.
going to explain to you why. Okay,
Right.
You
How
have
can we
heard
a
me.
soul and
You have
free
heard me.
will without a creator.
You have heard me before saying that there's something about us humans that I think we do not understand, and that is that we get data. Okay, invisible. It's not real. It's not here. We only have it in our mind. We
Right.
have found a way to take that data in our mind and make it into reality. And the only way we can do that is to a process that I call feel. That is an energy that takes the invisible to the visible. I'm asking people out there, do you know where this energy is coming from? Because it's not coming from a God. It's directing us to a God.
Would you agree that anything that is invisible, like a soul would be invisible, right? Can't come unless there's a God. Like there's not just matter and energy by itself and we're just accidents. There's no creation. We're just here.
Again,
and we'd have something invisible, right? You agree with that or no?
I absolutely 100% do not agree.
So we can have a soul without a God or creator. It just somehow
I don't
came
know that
immaterial.
we have a soul, Diva. I don't know. I never seen a soul.
That would
Right.
basically
You're putting a
Basically
label.
saying-
You're putting a label. Hold on.
go by.
Hold on. You're
You're
putting
not-
a label. I'm sorry. You're putting a label to something that where did you get this word from? Soul. Where did you get it from?
Yeah. Where'd you get it from?
Where did you get it from?
Well, it's either by accident, some freak accident, the immaterial somehow created something from the material.
Where did you
or
get the
an-
word
or
soul
an
from?
immaterial God
When was the
can't
first
create-
time, Diva? When was the first time you heard the word soul? Where do you hear it from?
Soul from the Most High God. I was created. That's what I believe in. All
That
my
is
evidence-
preaching.
all my evidence comes from the Bible, and if I
Okay,
can't use
so
that,
you're getting the word soul from the Bible.
I don't know
and
what
you get-
Yeah,
and you
so
get your
you're
information-
taking
and you get
something,
your in- and
you're
you get
taking
your
something
information
from the
valuable-
book that is telling you that there is a God, and you're taking that word and you're applying it to this conversation like if you knew what a soul is. You just got
Let
it
me
from
ask
a
you
book.
this.
Hold on.
Let me ask you this.
Hold on. You just got that word from a book and you're taking it in this conversation like if you knew what a soul is when you just only read it from a book.
where do you think I was supposed to learn it? Do you think I was supposed to just born and just know
It
everything?
will
Of course I
help
had to
it will help for the conversation, for the credibility, if you knew what a soul is. But if you're taking it from a book because someone else is telling you what a soul is, and you for some reason were persuaded to believe this definition, man, that's up to you. That's your prerogative. I don't agree.
I'm gonna claim that I have a soul. If you want to claim that you don't have a soul, that's on you. Go ahead.
I don't know if I have a soul, Tony. I have never seen a soul.
use my language. I'm not claiming that. I'm not claiming that. And I'm not gonna get irritated on this line, bro.
But if Diva, Diva, hold on. If Diva is asking me a question that I'm forced to ask in the sense of soul, I'm telling you I cannot respond honestly because I have never seen a soul.
Right. We agree.
You got it from a book. And
Okay,
you're
now, this is
asking
my
questions
question.
like if it's real.
This is
Go
my
ahead.
question. Yeah, I got it from a book. Right. Now let me ask you, where do you get your information from? Do you get your information from valuable men who sin, who make stupid decisions, who are finite and who will die? That's where you get your information from, right? From other human beings who don't know as much or a little bit more than you. How is that smart when I can get wisdom and knowledge from the one who was there, from the one who knows all things? I'm getting my information from that. You're getting your information from valuable men.
You're preaching right now. Diva,
Can I say something to Clear?
you're
Yeah.
preaching right
Clearwaters,
now.
I got a question, Clearwaters.
Hold on. Let me answer the question. It sounds to me respectfully that you're preaching right now. Now I'm gonna answer the question. I got my information from my senses, my ears, my eyes, my mouth, my nose, and I get it from anything and everywhere. I get it from animals, from stuff, from the weather, from other people, from books, from this conversation, and I try to come up with my own conclusions. But I don't read something on a book and take it for like it's truth.
Okay.
If there
Okay,
is,
so you're. I understand this right. Let me shoot you. So you're saying you don't believe that there is soul because you haven't seen it with your own eyes, correct?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a soul.
Okay, so have you seen oxygen? Have you seen?
Don't go there, Tony. Don't go there. We can measure oxygen. We can measure
Believe
it.
that there's oxygen. See oxygen?
Yeah, but we can measure it. We can encapsulate it.
Man.
have you been to Madagascar?
I've never been to Madagascar.
Do you know what exists?
I think it exists. Yes,
Why do you believe that exists? You've never been there. You never saw
because
it.
I've seen a map. I have seen
a map-
pictures.
a map
I
is a
have
map.
seen movies. Hold on.
So
Hold
what? That's
on.
what-
Hold
that's
on.
what you say.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold
you
on.
can
Hold
see
on.
it.
Yeah, I don't know if George Washington is a real person. Okay, maybe he was, maybe he's not. I'm coming to the conclusion that there's a possibility that he was real based on the information that we have. Now, I really don't care that he was alive or not. I really don't care about Madagascar because I'm not planning on going over there. So it's not going to change anything about my life. But if there's going to be a soul that is going to require me to change my entire life, I prefer to have better evidence, especially first-hand evidence.
Come on, I answered you already. I answered you. If we don't,
You're claiming that you're soulless right now. Is that what I'm hearing?
I do not know. I could have a soul, or maybe not. I don't know.
I'm gonna catch him again. This is Diva catches all the time. So if you don't believe in a soul, we don't have a soul, right? So that means you're not choosing anything.
No.
Right. No, but you said no. There's no soul, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know you don't know, but
you
said
believe.
no. You said you don't believe because it says in the book. Just
Yeah.
because it says in the book, you don't
Just
believe it.
because the book says that we have a soul, I don't believe based on the book. I choose to stay in I don't know. The book could be lying.
Right, and it could be right, right? Could it be right?
It could be right.
So let's look at the evidence. And you're not engaging with the evidence.
Sure.
I'm trying to show you have a soul.
I'm listening.
If you have a soul, that means you have personhood, you have free will, you have a choice. You're more than just your
That
body
is
and
your
chemicals,
opinion.
right?
That is your opinion.
Well, no, that's logical.
Where did you get this
What else would it
information
be?
from? How do you relate a soul with these things that you just said?
If you don't have a soul, what are you?
No,
In reality,
I ask
what
you
are
a question. Where did you get this relationship between having a soul and doing all these things that you just said? How do you know this?
Tony,
have
Tony,
No, Diva, come on, man.
you're dodging it, man. You're dodging the question.
What
I want Tony to talk.
exactly am I
You're just
dodging?
Not even answering the questions.
What
Wait,
exactly
I
am
gotta
I dodging?
Do you have emotions?
I have feelings.
are those invisible?
Those what?
Are they invisible?
Yes, they are.
How do they exist if they're invisible?
Because I can feel them.
Just like a soul.
Do you have a thought? Do you have thoughts?
Yes, I do.
Can you see a thought?
In my head, yes.
You can see a thought.
Yes. In my head, yes.
No, I know you can think of it.
With my
but you
eyes,
see
no.
physically a thought.
With my eyes, no.
Right. Then it doesn't exist, right? Because you don't see it at all, right? It doesn't exist. And you don't feel it.
My thoughts don't exist.
In your worldview, yeah.
No, my thoughts exist because if I close my eyes, I can see my thoughts.
But nothing invisible can exist, right? That's what you said. Nothing invisible can exist, right?
If you're coming to the conclusion that by me saying that I don't know if there's a soul, you're saying that nothing invisible doesn't exist, how do you come to that conclusion, Diva? Come on.
What
I'm not
saying
saying
is,
it. I'm not saying that. I don't know if there's a soul. I
Listen.
don't know.
right. If there's no soul, what are you left with in your body? What are you? There's no soul, there's no choice, there's no personhood, right? There's no
Mhm.
decision making. That's you. Not just your chemicals, but you, right? You decide, and you
Mhm.
have chemicals.
Mhm.
If there's no soul, you're just all chemicals, right?
No, that
Or
is
no?
your opinion. That is your
No,
point
tell
of
me
view.
why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm
Because
wrong.
I just presented to you in the live streams that we are getting this energy that I call feel from somewhere that is keeping us alive. Probably
energy-
is the
energy-
soul. Probably is the soul. I don't know.
Clear
Okay,
waters,
and
you're
if there's
running,
Yeah, go ahead.
you're
Go ahead,
running
Tony.
from it. Clear waters, you're running from it. Clear waters, you're not trying to just let it land. You know what's going on. I know what you're doing. You do this all the time, Clear waters. I know
What exactly am I doing?
Because you're going around the bush about it. You're not being real direct with the
What
questions
part
that he's asking.
what part did I say that I am going around the bushes? Help me to understand my error, please.
Here's your error. There's either free will that you choose, you're a person, you choose, you have autonomy, you choose, or you're just chemicals that make you choose. Give me the third option that there could be, because I don't know another third option. You're either choosing it or you can't force it. I mean, you can't help it. Your chemicals make you do it. It's not you choosing, they make you. So it's
Okay.
chemicals or you choose. Which one do you believe is true? If you say neither,
No,
give me something else.
Diva. Listen, hold on. This is when that you guys gonna allow me to speak. You're
I just
telling
wanted to
me
say
that I'm going around the bushes, okay? But you just changed your question right there. Can you ask it simply? Did you ask me to give you a third option?
If you don't agree with the other two, yeah, because there's no other.
The
third
other
option to me.
two could be real, could be true, but I can present you with a third one.
Good. Which one?
Look,
Us having thoughts and having some energy coming from somewhere that we don't know that allow us to take thoughts into action in order to get us to believe that a God is real. There, I present you with a third one. And that
No,
energy
so
that I
if-
call feel could be what is keeping us alive. Did I present a third option or not?
No, you didn't, because I asked you about free will choice. How does energy make you make a decision? That's chemicals, or you choose. Energy is just, it doesn't make, you know what I'm saying? What is making you make a choice? Is you choosing it, or is your chemicals doing it and you do what your chemicals make you do? That's the question. Choice. What is it?
So let me see if I understand the question. Javier, do you think that is God that is assisting you in taking these decisions because he gave you life and free will? Or you're just a bunch of chemicals that are making you take these decisions, right?
Because you're an accident. Yeah.
Yes.
You're an accident.
So it's either God or an accident.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what Skeletor is trying to tell you, Diva.
What's the other third option?
Okay,
Besides the creator
okay, hold on.
or
Okay. So you are alive. Answer the question. Do you think it's chulum or is some worms in your intestines? Answer the question. Answer the question.
I will, but you changed it. So I don't care if it's chulam. I don't care if it's
I don't
Zumba.
care. I don't care if it's God. I don't care if it's God or chemicals. I don't care. I'm not
That's it,
interested.
though.
I'm not
That-
interested in
that's
your. I am not interested in your options.
But
Why
give me the
why
third
do
option.
why do I have to answer a question based on your beliefs and your opinions?
Give me because the third option you said was just another god.
Give me a third
It's either
option
God-
between Shulum and the worms
No.
in your stomach.
creator, or an accident with no creator. An accident and you just chemicals. Or a
Okay,
creator
so
who could give you
basically you're
something.
asking me between Chulum and some
Sure.
chemicals.
Yes. Yes. Which
No,
or
I'm
have
asking
another-
you. No, I'm asking you. You think it was Chulum or it was your chemicals?
It was a god.
No,
Yes.
no. Chulum, creator of the
Tony.
universe.
Tony, you see what he's doing, right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
playing.
I see.
Diva, I'm playing your game.
Oh no, you're not.
Yes,
you're
I am,
actually-
and this is what Skeletor is trying to tell you. Was trying to tell you.
Well,
You want to
Well, you
define
guys-
everything with a God
What's
or
my
no
question?
God. You're
Ross,
trying
you're gonna-
you're trying to define life between God and no God. This is your prerogative. This is your point of view. This is your
So-
belief.
Yes, and so listen, when I say God or no God, then you throw a God that's not the real God. So it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter, Chulam. It's either there is a creator, whoever it is, or there's not.
So
That's
for
the
you,
choice.
so
Don't
for
say,
you,
"Oh,
which one
it's
is it?
Chulam."
Chulum or the chemicals?
Yeah, which one is it?
No, for you, which one is it? Chulum or the
It's
chemicals?
the God. It's the God.
No,
He's going back and
Chulum or
He's
the
going-
chemicals. So you agree that it's Chulum because Chulum is the God.
For this discussion, Chulam. Yes, there you go.
Okay, so Chulum, the creator of the universe. I agree with you. When it comes to Chulum, I totally agree with you. It had to be Chulum.
So you have free will.
With Chulum, yes, the real
Then
God
that
of the
makes it a God.
universe.
So you know. So you're a theist
Not
now.
not with
So
the
you're a theist.
pagan God.
So you're a theist. You're a theist now.
When it
Good.
comes to
I'm listening.
Chulum, I prefer to think that there's a possibility that we come from Chulum and not and I'm taking decisions based on Chulum, not from the other pagan God.
Right, but there's no evidence for Chulam. That's the joke.
There's no evidence
No
for the God
evidence.
of the Bible either.
Way
Hey.
more evidence. Way
There's
more
none.
evidence.
There's none. We're not gonna get into that game again. What I'm trying to tell you, Diva, is that you are playing games, trying to present a question with a God and no God. This is you. This
What
is your
other is there?
belief.
What other option is there? Created or accident? What other option is there? You're an accident by
I
chance.
do not
and you're just a-
know. I was not there when I was created. I don't know. It's
That's
okay
not
to
this
say.
question.
It's okay.
You
It's,
were
it's okay.
created or you were an accident.
I don't
You're
know.
an accident.
I don't know. Maybe my
what's the-
parents. Maybe I was an accident. I don't know. I have to ask them. But what I'm telling you,
I'm talking
Diva,
about. I'm talking
it's
about.
okay. It's okay. There's a third option, and it's
Wow, this
okay
dude
that
is
you
the
can
red
say.
herring king.
You can
Red
say
herring king.
when
I'm talking
when
about human
when,
beings.
when we're talking
All
about
human
things
beings, not
that
your
when-
parents.
when
Human
we're talking
beings. How did we get here?
when
Are
we're
we all
talking
accidents?
about
Or-
when we're talking about
didn't-
things that we were not there, we don't know. It's okay to there's a third one. We don't know. It's okay to
No,
say
no, no.
that.
That's not an option. No, that's not.
Why
no,
not?
we don't know is not an option.
I don't know.
We don't know.
You want me to lie?
You're either created or you're an
no.
accident by
How
chance.
do you know? How do you know that I was created?
No, that's not what I said. I said there's only two choices.
What are the two choices?
Wow, man.
God
How did you
or
get
the
to,
chemicals?
How did you get to 54 years old, man? This is insane.
What are you saying?
This
I'm
is like
stupid.
Is this candid camera?
Javier,
Is this
Javier,
candidate-
Javier, how come you don't understand that you either come from a God or you are chemicals? But there
What's
has
the other
to
third
be a
option?
God.
What's the other third option?
Because
What's the third option?
coincidentally, I believe in that God because that's the God that is my Lord and Savior. So I don't understand that you don't understand that God created you. How come 53 years old? Man, you're stupid. You don't understand that the God that loves me and protects me is the one that created you. How come you don't understand that? You're stupid, Javier.
You're not stupid. You're dishonest.
The only reason
very
you believe
dishonest.
that
You're
the
not
God
stupid.
of the Bible,
You're not-
hold on.
You're not.
The only reason
no,
that you
you're
believe
not
that the
stupid,
God
you're
of the
dishonest.
Bible is real is because it feels good to you to be loved
It's
by the
because-
most powerful being in the universe. There's no other reason.
It's because the impossibility
You
of
have
it not being true
you have
doesn't
no
exist.
evidence of a God. No one has it. You just believe it because you get emotional benefits from believing in the God.
So if there's no God, we're just chemicals, right? You see, this is the point you
Maybe
because
yes.
once you say that we're just chemicals, you're dead. I got you. Because then I'm going to give you an example, and you're going to say, no, that's wrong. You see, you won't.
Maybe
You
we
keep on
come
never
from
answering. You
an
and
alien
let me talk.
laboratory. They
Let
made
me
us.
talk.
They
For
made us
2, 3
in an alien
for-
laboratory, and we are an
Fine.
experiment
Fine.
by
You're still created.
70,
Fine. You're still
70
created.
people that work. I don't know.
Tony.
Maybe I'm
Tony,
cloned.
you get me, right?
Brennan, you're
We
Clearwater,
do
you're
not
running,
know
you're-
that the God of the Bible is real. We don't know that,
For
Diva.
4 hours, I can't get these people to answer a straight
And I
question. You
cannot
guys
get
make
you to
Muslims-
understand that the
y'all
only
make
reason
Muslims
that you
look like
believe
the
that the
best.
God of the Bible is real because you do it because of emotional reasons. There's nothing else.
No, because the evidence.
There
I just-
is
but you-
nothing. Which evidence?
The evidence you won't answer for 4 hours. You and the other guy won't answer.
sure
You
real.
won't answer, man. You say, "Oh, I don't know. Why you give me two questions? Why is it 2 options? I don't know. What if
You wanna
God did the
make
murdering?
it sense. You wanna make it make sense
do-
that if we
No,
are
because you-
alive and we have free will, it had to be the God of the Bible.
No, it has to be God, but then the
It
evidence shows
perdón,
it
I'm
is
sorry.
the God of the Bible.
It has to be a God.
Yeah.
It just happened that probably is the God of the Bible.
Forget the God. It's a creator. Could be aliens. Could be whatever. Forget the word God. We're created or we're
Okay.
an accident from millions
Okay,
of years
we are
of
created.
transmutations.
All right, we are created.
Okay, so then there has to be a God. Right?
Diva, how old are you so I can tell the same thing about you?
You just agreed there's
No,
a God.
tell me your age so I can tell you the same thing.
I'll be 47.
You
in a couple months.
are 29 years old and you have learned nothing about life, man. The only reason you believe in a God because it feels good in your heart. You know, you're talking to two people that can see you miles away.
bro.
That you're trying to make sense of a God just because it feels good to you. You have nothing to present anybody. You come into
Right,
this.
I
You come
presented
into this
numerous
ridiculous.
evidences, and you and your
You
buddy Skeletor
you're coming to
dodged,
this.
talked
You're
over
coming
me,
to this
changed my
ridiculous
question.
conclusion
That's what you did. all
that
day.
if we're
Funny, man.
humans, we have to be created by the
funny.
God of the Bible. Most people don't
That's
believe
secondary.
this thing.
That's
Diva.
secondary. That's secondary. It's
You're
either
gonna
God or no
sooner or
God.
later
That's-
you're gonna come up with that conclusion.
yeah, based on evidence. Yes, based on evidence.
Which the
You
best
don't
evidence?
want any evidence.
Which
you
evidence?
reject all evidence because you don't want it to be the God of the Bible.
Which
You
evidence?
don't want it to be God. That's
Which
the whole
evidence?
point. You've been
On every
speak,
live stream
Tony.
that I do, on almost
Tony,
every
take
live
over,
stream,
man.
I
You
ask
if we could
people
explain
to
my
please
questions,
provide
whatever.
some evidence
go-
for a God.
Jay,
And what
He
we get
lived
right
like we
now,
had
instead of
souls.
getting
He lived like we had souls, but then
instead
there's
of
no
getting
God.
evidence, we get some wishful thinking that says that hey, if you're human and we can have free choice, it had to be a God, and it just happens that it have to be the God of the Bible. This is just wishful
Doesn't
thinking.
happen. It doesn't have to be. The evidence is overwhelming. It is him.
There's
That's what it
no
is.
evidence. You think that there's evidence?
Give me
I'm asking you to tell me about one piece of evidence.
can we go to a different subject now? I gotta.
No.
I
No. I'm not interested in going to a different subject. What is the evidence?
You got evidence. You got evidence for 4 hours, bro, and you just dismiss it all and change what I
Yeah,
said.
maybe
even understand
maybe
the
you're
evidence.
right. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe Skeletor is stupid too. Maybe billions of people are stupid, and you are the
You're
few smart ones.
dishonest. You're not stupid. You're dishonest. That's worse.
Diva,
You're
I can tell
dishonest.
you the same thing about you. You're dishonest. You want to make this God
Can I show
real. You
you?
want to keep it alive.
Let me. Okay.
I'm asking
Javier,
you
let me-
what evidence?
Okay, I'm gonna show you. If I show you he's dishonest, let me show you why he
Show
was
me the
dishonest.
evidence. I'm not interested in you
gonna-
telling me that I'm dishonest. I'm not interested in your
No, I
opinion.
said-
I'm
I
interested in
said
the
I'm gonna-
God. Tell me the evidence for the God.
I'm gonna show you how Skeletor was dishonest. Let me
Tell me
explain it and see if you
tell
get
me
it.
the evidence for the God. I'm not interested about you telling me your opinions about Skeletor. Where's the evidence for the God?
You said we have free will and a soul, and we were created. You said that, right?
That is your evidence?
No, you said yes, right? Or no?
What is your evidence?
I just gave it to you. Is that yes or no?
What is your evidence for
You agree
a
we
supernatural God of the Bible?
you agree we have a soul and we have free will, right? You said that?
What is the evidence for the God?
I just gave it to you. Free will and a soul. I just
I'm gonna
gave
try
it to you.
one more time, man.
Wow, bro.
What is
man.
the evidence for the God?
Your free will, your soul, absolute evil existing.
That is not evidence. That is
Right.
not evidence. That
You're right,
is
you got
your
me, man.
evidence.
You
This
got
is
me.
this is
You
not
got me,
not even
man.
evidence, Diva. This is your
I
truth.
know it's not. I know. No, I know.
Why are you saying
right.
that these
So-
things are evidence? This is your heart and your soul and whatever in you is deciding
So
that
we
this
don't
is the
have a
truth.
soul. So we don't have a soul.
I don't care about soul or not soul. Where is the God? Can you point to the God right now? Can you point to the God? Can you show me the God? Can you show me the God?
Philosophical.
Can you point to the God? Can you show me the God? Can you demonstrate the God?
Yeah, can you
Nothing
point to your
that
thought?
really
Can you point to
relates
your thought?
to
Can
an
you point to your
evidence.
thoughts?
You
Can
cannot
you point to your
demonstrate.
thought?
You cannot
Yes,
measure
I
it.
will.
You
I
cannot
will,
point
as soon
to
as you
it.
can- I will.
No,
Point to
you
your-
don't
to point
need
to your
me.
thought.
You don't need me to demonstrate a God. You don't need me as a subject to demonstrate a God. Where is the God? In your
The
head.
God is outside of time,
He
inside of
is
time.
in
He's
your head.
invisible. Right. Right. So I'm chemicals, right? There's no God. I'm just chemicals, right? You agree? I'm just
This
chemicals. I
does
don't
that
have free will.
prove that God is real? Is that
If
evidence?
I'm just chemicals, there is no God. If I'm just chemicals,
That,
there's no
Diva,
God.
that is not evidence for a God. And unless
What?
the God of the Bible. This is not evidence. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Again, it's a God or no God. And then you jump to, it's not the God of the
That is
Bible.
that is
That's
your
another
opinion.
discussion.
That
Yes,
there's
because
God
that's-
or no God does not prove
the
that
first.
the God of the Bible is real. There's no evidence.
right.
I have
It
asked you like 10
doesn't.
times to present evidence for the God of the Bible. And you asked me
But you
questions.
But you have to believe there's a God first, which you agreed. Right? Or you
That-
didn't. See it? You still don't answer. You still didn't agree that there is a God. You don't. There is. I don't know. A soul. It doesn't. I don't know. Chemicals. I don't know. There is a God. There is it. It's a chulo. This is what you've done for 4 hours, bro. I mean, maybe even the atheists in the section are laughing. I mean, that's insane, bro. You go to, well,
Diva,
it's the God of the Bible. How does that prove it's the God of the Bible?
I told you before that there's times during my day that I could use a loving God in my life. Okay? So
It doesn't matter. It matters, does he
there are
exist
hold
or
on, but
not?
stop yelling, please. Calm
Does
down.
it
Calm
exist
down.
or
Calm
not?
down.
It doesn't
Calm
matter
down.
what you feel.
Diva, calm
Doesn't
down.
matter. Well, no, you know
Calm
what?
down for a
I'm
second.
gonna go. I'm gonna go. You can talk
So
to Tony.
I asked you
'cause
for evidence for a
I-
God, and you presented
I have my
nothing
limits.
that evidence.
You're very dishonest, and
You
it's,
know,
it's very
Diva, come
you're
on,
very
stop it, man.
dishonest.
I could do the
And you
same
don't
thing
even
to you. You're very
understand you're
dishonest. You have
How?
your you have your
When did I
very
lie?
confused
When did I lie?
about
When did I lie?
Diva, but calm
When
down,
did
my
I lie
friend.
to you?
Take a deep
When
breath.
did I lie?
Take a deep breath.
Tell me when I lied.
Breathe.
Tell me when I lied.
Breathe.
Tell me when I lied. Give me the example.
Calm down.
Well, no, you're making up stuff again.
If
You're
there
dishonest.
if there is a God, we should not
I'm
be
done, bro. I'll
debating
see you
about it. If there is a God, maybe Diva went away. If there is a God, we should not be debating about it. It should be very clear. We're talking about the most powerful being in the universe. Someone talking about evidence and asking me questions about what do I think about this or what do I think about that. That's not evidence. You know, I'm saying very clearly that the only reason that Diva and whoever believes in a God, I'm telling you here on the live stream, the only reason is because how it feels. That's what makes the difference. You can have 10 people have the same information from the Bible, and not all of them are going to believe, and they all are good people. So what makes the difference between who believes and who doesn't believe is how the God feels to you. But the ones that coincidentally believe that the God is real, they have evidence for the God. They have nothing. They only have a book. A book, themselves, and their feelings. No God. This is why I tell you that I stopped being a believer, because I was doing the same thing that Diva is doing to himself right now, which is pretending that there's a God. And supposedly, you have to be this smart person to figure it out. You have to be really sharp in your mind to figure it out that there has to be a God, because there's absolute and abundance of evidence. I'm not going to go back to lying to myself. I don't see any evidence for the God of the Bible. This is that we were created. Maybe yes, maybe not. But I got to go take out the garbage, the trash. I got to go to work tomorrow. I'm not going to change anything about my life because of anything that Diva told me or Tony told me. Nothing. Whenever I ask, whenever I ask a believer to tell me where I can find this God, they're going to play games. They're going to do this mind trick about you are a sinner. You just want to sin. You are not smart. You're a fool. I got you. All these things, instead of just presenting the God or pointing to the God or demonstrate the God. So this is basically, that's what I don't like debates. Debates are a waste of time. Nobody learns anything. And we end up with no God. We got no God right now. Supposedly we have callers that know where the God is, but we have no God. The God doesn't feel good to me. That's what I don't believe. Allah. Allah. Man, I have no voice. Allah doesn't feel good to me. I don't believe in Allah. Buddha doesn't feel good to me. I don't believe. So this is why I'm putting out these videos, because these have to change. People not only lying to themselves, but trying to convince other people to also lie to themselves. And just like these preachers and Ray Comfort, which are promoting lying to yourself in order to get yourself to feel good, has to stop. Okay? I will continue doing these videos. I'm going to continue promoting the problematic of believing in gods and the problematic of lying to yourself. If you are a believer in one of these currently available gods, and I ask you for evidence, the most powerful being on the universe should at least assist you a little bit in order to convince other people that there is a God. Nada. Zero. I think the closest thing to convince someone of a God should be a believer. And a believer, most of the time, are the one in charge to assisting you in stop believing. Because you can tell that the believer, there's nothing holy about the believer. You can sense the person acting in an arrogant way, in a I'm better than you way, I'm smarter than you way, I can see the truth way. You know, it's sad. It's very sad. So instead of us having conversations about us humans, okay, and how we can work to improve ourselves as humanity, we have a God sticking their head in here. One of the biggest problems that we have in humanity right now is the beliefs in God, because it promotes lying and dishonesty. We have to stop it. I'm just encouraging you to stop it. I think one of the ways you can tell that there's no God is when the person starts getting emotional. Yeah, no God there. When you start offending, yeah, there's no Holy Spirit there. So, anyways, It's all good. So let me go back to the chats. Oh man, old boy, Christians claim to have all the answers. Yeah, yeah, you know, I try to be patient. I used to be a Christian, so maybe there were people that were patient with us. I gotta be patient with Diva and Tony because I try to be a loving human being without a God. Diva, don't play. You're dishonest. That's all. Diva, don't play. I don't think the same way as you. I think you're an honest person. You just got infected with a God virus. It's just a matter of time for you to find yourself and find an antidote for that God virus that you're infected with. Yeah, I think you're a good person. You're an honest person. Just get rid of the God, man. I don't think it's letting you think correctly in good ways. Alfredo Rivera, they believe in an invisible person. Yes. And for some reason, they call me dishonest. Edgar Hernandez, stop accepting calls. You get embarrassed every time. Thank you, Edgar, for sharing your opinion. I don't agree with your opinion. Oh boy, Edgar, why are you here? To bully? Yeah, he feels uncomfortable with this information. Diva, don't play. JA, switch every single question. Ask him. Diva, God. Nobody's interested in the question, in the debate. Nobody's interested in the nothing. People just want the God, man. Just give him the God. Edgar Hernandez, stop accepting calls. You get good carry time. I like being cooked, man. I love it. I like it. Edgar Hernandez, something is bothering him. I guess it makes him uncomfortable that someone is not praising his God. But Edgar Hernandez, we're not talking about a real God. We're talking about your feelings, and your feelings are getting hurt right now because someone is pointing out that you believe only because it feels good to you. You don't even care if there's a good God or a loving God. You couldn't care less. Diva, don't play. What a disaster. I agree. Total disaster, man. I was expecting to hear some evidence for a God or to point me to a God at least, but you point me to a great big discussion. Now I'm my voice. Pretty boy Flaco, this is what AI said shame is. Its core, shame is a deeply painful, universal human emotion rooted in feeling that we are inherently flawed, inadequate, or unworthy of love and belonging. Yeah, pretty boy Flaco, but guess what? Who created us imperfect? God. Apparently, God cannot make things the right way. He makes it imperfect and then gets upset with the imperfectness of his creation. Diva, don't play. I was honest the whole time. That's what you think, Diva, and I respect your opinion, even though I don't agree. You cannot have an honest conversation where you're yelling at the other person, Diva. Maybe next time, you know. Man, the messages are going fast. Pretty boy Flaco had a lap pitbull mix. Okay, Diva, don't play. You was dishonest the whole time. Diva, I don't think the same way as you. I think you were trying to do your best to be honest person. I'm impressed with your conviction about the God, and I respect it. It just happens that you're probably trying to convince me to believe in what you believe, and you don't like that. I don't want to convince you to believe what I believe. So I do think that you are an honest person. Chris Holmes, you can lead Christians to knowledge, but you cannot teach them the morals to think. Ooh. Alfredo Rivera, you're mad. He's telling the truth. I don't know who you're telling that to, Alfredo. Diva, don't play. What lie did I tell? Diva, I don't know if you're asking me that question. I don't remember you saying a lie or something like that. You're just presenting your points of view, your beliefs. I don't think that you were honestly lying about anything. Oh boy, God virus is the perfect way to describe it. Yeah, I'm bringing those words, oh boy, because I'm putting out shorts from a live stream that I made that is called the God virus and antidote, symptoms and antidote. Diva don't play. You was actually the most dishonest for the entire 3 hours. Is crazy work. Diva don't play. I respect your point of view. I don't agree with it, but I respect your opinion and point of view. If you think that I was dishonest, I respect your opinion. I was trying to do my best to be honest. I don't like playing games. I don't like wasting time. I don't want to put my face on a screen and being honest so the whole world can see clearly that I'm dishonest. You cannot fool people, you know. I'm not going to be dishonest and try to fool people into thinking that I'm honest when I'm putting my face and my voice out on the world. So I'm really trying to understand, but there are things that I'm not going to accept if you are telling me things that for you are truth or reality when for me are not. But I respect what you believe. Carolina Flash, holy cope. Man, the messages are going fast. I have to go down. Chris Holmes, faith is belief in the absence of evidence. Wishful thinking, ignorant. Wow. Alfredo Rivera, God is a sick. Oh man, Alfredo, try not to use profanity, please. I understand your emotion, you know, but try not to use profanity, please. Edgar Hernandez, you get cooked in every aspect aside from scriptures. Do you ever watch your lives over? Edgar Hernandez, are you getting cooked in your live streams? Can you guide me to your live stream so I can see if you're getting cooked too, or probably you're projecting yourself into me? Edgar Hernandez, you sound like you're emotional right now. Does it bother you that I'm talking about your feelings? Am I taking away your source of feel good by talking not in favor of the God? Are you feeling uneasy? You sound like you're worried. Let's make the host feel bad so I can feel better. That's the oldest trick in the book. But I respect your opinion and thank you for being here, Edgar. AJ Cotroneo. I believe AI will one day be recognized as the beast described in the Bible. The Social Security Administration calls their database the beast already. I'm glad to accept your thoughts, but I don't know. I have to go down. The messages are going too fast. Christians have Chris Holmes. Christians have no viable argument that God exists. No evidence whatsoever. You know, for some people, I made a live stream on how people will lower their standards for evidence, and probably that explains why for Diva there's evidence, but just because I think he lowered his standards of evidence, and for him, of course, there's evidence. But I'm not willing to lower my standards in order to accommodate a God and say that I have evidence. That's why I say I respect people's opinions and beliefs. Alfredo Rivera, they don't like hearing the truth. I think that when you are a believer in a God, you don't like people being honest and transparent. It is my point of view, I could be wrong, that you cannot believe in a God and be an honest person. You have to sacrifice some honesty in order to accommodate a God. Oh boy, why is it hard to imagine people admitting they don't know? Yeah, I don't know. They want me to lie, maybe. 8-1. Carolina is a weak fight he's giving. Okay, what time is it? All right, this live stream is ending in exactly 19 minutes. 19 minutes. Diva don't play. Chat, was Javier honest? Diva is asking everybody in the live stream if I was honest. Amos, Diva, you gave false dichotomies the whole time. Oops. Old boy, yes. Ooh, old boy, Javier was honest. You are playing games. Uh-oh, Diva. Pretty boy Flaco, To feel shame, an individual must possess a highly developed sense of self-awareness and an understanding of social norms. You have to be able to think, I know what the group expects of me. Okay. Oh boy, false the dichotomy, diva. Look at it up. Look it up, man. I have a hard time saying that word. Dichotomy. Dichotomy. Chris Holmes. Bible talks about a talking snake and a talking donkey in giants, etc. Christians actually believe that. Some Christians actually believe the story about Noah's Ark. Oh boy, this dude doesn't know what AI is. He must be trolling. Pretty boy Flacco, yep, when you speak more than one language, people tend to call you a genius. So that's pretty stupid to say. Pretty boy Flacco, try to not use profanity, please. Dark Revelation, uh-oh, another one. Promoting the God. Jesus is King. Probably some of the people in the live stream agree with you that Jesus is King. I don't know exactly what that means or what, but apparently it makes people feel good about themselves saying that Jesus is King. Fifteen minutes. We're ending this live stream. Let me know what you think about the presentation, about the conversation that we were having, that what was getting more into the debate, which I don't appreciate that much because nobody learns anything. There's nothing of value. There's only two people trying to see who's smarter. I presented a video at the beginning of the live stream. I presented twice or three times. When there's a Christian describing how good he felt receiving Jesus' visit. So apparently it makes sense that someone would relate their good feelings with a God. Old boy, how can something be smart with no brain? Dark Revelation, Universal King. Diva don't play. Notice as frustrating this was, I never cussed once. True Christian. I appreciate that from you, Diva. You can get excited, you know. I like your energy, man. Your conviction. You really believe something and you want to defend it. And the whole time, even though everybody got excited, you were very respectful the whole time. You didn't cuss out, not even one time. Appreciate it, Diva. That's why I'm saying that I think that you are an honest person and you are smart. Larry Wilson. When it comes to religion, people have a lot of different opinions, and a lot of their bases are more subjective on how they define reality. Larry Wilson, if you get a chance, watch the beginning of this live stream, or probably the one from yesterday, where I present that we as human beings go through a process of getting information, get these feelings related to the information, and then we take action on that information and those feelings in order, in this case, to believe in a God. Oh boy is analogous to a brain intelligent, but it's not the same, hence the term artificial. Diva don't play, raise a message. Larry Wilson. Feelings and different experiences in many ways are not reliable. There are plenty of ways to feel good, but doesn't mean the belief itself is true. I totally agree with you, Larry. Yes, sirree. Larry Wilson also writes, for example, Mormons say that you should just pray and see if you have a feeling that Mormonism is true, and that's how many take the standard. Yeah, finding sources of feel good doesn't mean that that source of feel good is going to be good for you. I agree. Old boy writes, Diva, you got in your feelings, man, and that's okay. That's what being a human is all about. I totally agree with old boy. And on top of that, old boy, Diva pretty much stayed very respectful the whole time. We got into each other, into, interrupting, but sometimes it's a little bit hard with Discord too. Larry Wilson, actually looking at the universe and what we know about it through science, if we're going to assume there's a God or being, like, it doesn't match any of the religious descriptions. Pretty much when it comes to all Abrahamic religions, you get more of an anthropomorphic concept of God that reflects the local cultures which originated from. I wonder, Larry, what you think about the presentation, probably the one from Monday or Tuesday, where I explained how we go through this process to get a human being to believe in a God or to believe in anything. Diva, don't play. Have a good weekend, Clearwaters. You too, Diva. Have a good one, my friend. Larry Wilson, for example, God chooses to select tribe of Hebrews, just as the Jews, and then in the Quran, God basically wants you to know Arabic. Okay. 10 more minutes before we finish this live stream. Pretty boy Flaco, no it doesn't. Artificial means by an unnatural process, which would be humans. Man-made means made by humans. Diva don't play it. Oh boy, I could never really get any straight answers. I want to get answers. Diva, I gave you what I thought were answers. I don't know. Larry Wilson, Satanism in many ways is primarily making yourself a god, or at the very least, the belief that you will become a god through the different religious practices. Larry, that guy that what I showed in the video earlier, he sounded like he just wanted to be, relaxed and free, It's like, man, I'm all right like this. Eight-1, have a good weekend, Diva. Look into subjective and objective more. There is no evidence of absolute morals. Larry Wilson saying this don't have to believe in a literal devil either. In many ways, it's kind of like Epicurean. Oh, Larry, are you gonna make me read those difficult words at this time of night? You speak very eloquently. That focus on more selfish behavior and whatever is beneficial for yourself. Larry Wilson, the aspect of Satanism is primarily to reject the things that don't serve your own interest, even if they are for the greater good of other people. It's more a social Darwinistic system. Okay. Pretty boy flag. Satanists all believe in the devil. That guy in the video doesn't sound it too much like he believed in anything. He just wanted to be cool and relax. Diva don't play. Oh boy. Skeletor would jump to Hitler, to Sharks, to this, to that. And I was trying to get answers. No. I know you're asking this to old boy Diva, but I think what he was trying to tell you was in a different way, what I was trying to tell you. You want to get answers based on your life definitions and the labels that you have put to life in order to able for you to understand what's going on in life. At least this is the impression that I'm getting. I could be wrong. Diva, don't play. Old boy, don't be biased. I don't know why old boy would be biased. Diva, don't play. I think if you have a god on your favor, you don't have to go there, like people don't believe or they don't want to understand. I think the God should be absolutely obvious to anybody. And that way will be very easy to believe and we will all be happy and nobody goes to hell. Eight must one. A diva don't play. Saying there were absolute good and bad things was false dichotomy. Yeah, that question about absolute good and bad, man, is extremely difficult to engage in a conversation. Seems to me like a point of view. Oh boy, diva, I'm just saying what I saw, man. Larry Wilson, many people see Satanism as a form of rebellion against traditional religious systems and ethics and guidelines of such. Yes, Larry Wilson, I think that guy in the video from the beginning of the live stream that I show was exactly that. I don't think he was interested in the devil or anything. He just don't wanted to follow any, religion's rules and morals. 8 must 1. Most Satanists don't even believe in Satan when you look into it. Yep, that's what I'm saying exactly, yes. Probably they just want to get rid of any other god and they say, yeah, I believe in the devil. Diva, don't play. 8 must. Skeletor will answer my direct questions, so how could I show objective morality exists when I can't actually get an honest response? Diva, don't play. If there is a God, you don't need cooperation from someone that don't believe in order for you to demonstrate the God. You shouldn't need anyone, especially a non-believer. I'm just saying. Six more minutes and we're over with this live stream. It's Saturday night. Pretty boy Flaco, Satanists don't worship Satan, but they have churches of Satan and statues of him outside. Not all of them, but I think some do, yeah. Or maybe a lot of them. Diva, don't play. I wanna listen again. Amos 1, Diva, don't play. Your questions were a false dichotomy to begin with. Since there is no time that killing an innocent 3-year-old is wrong in the Bible even. Look at the Amalekites. Diva, don't play. It is obvious. Larry Wilson, I take it by your chat messages. You don't sound like a believer. You sound like a professor. Eight must one. Diva, don't play. You don't have objective morals. You are based on God's mind. Larry Wilson, when you're dealing with this idea of Satanism, you have small groups online or even local covens that do their own types of rituals to even more organized, such as the Temple of Set. Part of this is trolling traditional religious systems, and they feel like if they embrace Satan, it's a concept they can fight against it, such as people that want to democracy. Hey, Larry Wilson, please, my friend, be here next week. I don't know exactly which day, but next week I'm gonna gonna be doing a live stream where I'm going to present a new form of government. I'm not gonna present the whole thing. I'm gonna present the idea of how government will run, which is gonna be beneficial for the citizens of the country. Hopefully you're there and you can give your feedback. Will be appreciated. Pretty boy Flaco, God isn't a human, so he becomes objective. 8-1, Diva don't play. Asking a question your own religion breaks gets nowhere. Asking a question your own religion breaks gets nowhere. Yeah, I have to agree with Amos 1. When you're asking questions based on your beliefs in the Bible, it's really hard to engage in that conversation and try to answer the questions in an honest way. Diva don't play. Wait, pretty boy Flaco, so then be an atheist. Diva don't play. That made no sense, like everything he said. If we're talking about me, Diva, I could be speak nonsense. I don't know what I'm talking about, but people are not really interested in me. People are interested in a God. I think you had an opportunity to present God and evidence for a God for many people to believe, and I don't think anybody that was listening to this conversation changed their mind about there being a God. Forget about me, other people. Okay, 3 more minutes and we're done with this live stream on a Friday night. Larry Wilson, when it comes to religion in general, since a lot of it's more based on faith, feelings, which is to believe in things without sufficient evidence that are not proven, people are naturally more hypocritical. Diva don't play. I already believe a God exists, so I try to get a Skeletor to answer logical questions, so he will understand God does exist. Diva. I respect your opinion and respect your beliefs that a God exists. Non-believers will not agree with you, and believers in other gods will not agree with you. I think the majority of humans will not agree with you. Because if you take all the non-believers and all the believers of other gods, the majority will not agree with your beliefs. Larry Wilson, Christianity is full of plenty of hypocrites, and a lot of them are no different than the vast majority of people who are not Christian. Ooh, Larry. Okay. Diva don't play. Wasn't that the whole point? Ooh, I don't know what you're referring to. All right, I'm just gonna read a few more messages and shut it down. It's already 4 hours. Wow, on a Friday night. Diva don't play. This is the craziest thing I have ever witnessed. Non-stop dodging and running away. Diva, forget about me, forget about Skeletor, you know, the God. Where is the God? It sounds to me you're taking this as a proof that you are smarter. It sounds to me you're taking this personally and you're taking this emotionally. I could be wrong. But I don't think these things that you're saying and that you're trying to get to relate really to a God. I think this is a reflection that you are doing this because of emotional reasons. I could be wrong. And just go down. Nobody's asking me specifically a question. Alrighty, so I'm shutting it down right now. Thank you everybody for being on the live stream. Thank you, Diva Don't Play, for calling. Also Tony, also Skeletor for calling. And everybody that participated. Just to let you know, most likely next week I'm gonna be doing a live stream about presenting a new idea about a new form of government, which I think is going to be way, way better than the one we have right now in every country. So please try to participate in this system that I'm going to present. You're more than welcome to break it. Javier, it's not going to work because of this or that. And I'm supposed to present the solutions because I have been coming up with this idea for years, and I have to present it to several people, and I tell them, break it. Tell me why it's not going to work. So it's going to be interesting. Old boy is asking, Clear Waters, this was a good stream. Lots of Christians in the chat and good to have a new caller. Yes, I agree with you, old boy. Thank you for your message and for pointing that out. I think it was really good having the callers call, and I learned a few things. Probably I tried to assist in being a better host because there was a lot of talking on top of each other. But I'm also learning a few things there. But thank you, old boy, for pointing that out. And everybody, thank you very much. Have a great night and have an awesome weekend.